where I have the start streaming thing on. I didn't do anything like super crazy with the topics, just because I'm like I don't have too many things to say right now.
I mean, we'll talk about all those for a pretty lengthy amount of time, I think. So
we'll see. But I actually didn't play Dispatch. I just watched it, but
I didn't play or watch it. I know things that occurred in it, but I was just like, I think I've become too anti games that play themselves.
That is understandable, and I actually initially thought it was a TV show. I didn't think it was a game. Like when I first saw like footage of it and stuff, I'm like, oh, like okay, they're making a little superhero show. I'll peep it at some point. And I'm like, oh, it's like Telltale. Okay. As much as I enjoyed like The Walking Dead, with like Clementine and Tales of the Borderland and stuff, it's like I've Wolf Among Us. I didn't really get into the Batman one.
That Batman one was not the answer. I'll say that.
I was like, I've never bought any of these though. Like I've played them or I've made decisions.
Only one I bought is
and done QTEs, but it's you're right. It's a game that plays itself, and I'm like, I'm not paying $40 CD for this. So I am excited to finally play Claire Obscure on my break. What's up, Al?
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't bad. I didn't dislike this match. It was fine. I think some people are going, oh, so fucking intricate. It was a smooth 7 out of 10. It's cool. I didn't hate it.
It was funny watching people on Twitter crash out because like, oh my god, my community's gonna be gone. I'm like, bro, it's a fucking video game. Please stop. Tangent, but holy shit, the amount of parasocialness that gets exposed every day, especially as of this year, is insane. Especially coming from a particular manga community, which I will leave alone for now. But this match was like lightning in a bottle for that shit, bro. People were making their whole personality about that shit. They were getting angry at the fact that Blonde Blazer wasn't a villain. Like,
oh my god, she's clearly evil because Invisigal has to be babied, and we love her more because she's a girl failure.
Like, shut the fuck up. that was me that entire time.
I was able to avoid a lot of the Discord because I knew it was bad. You didn't have to tell me. Like I'm just like this is gonna be ass.
It was, bro, like the Gen Zers came out of the goddamn woodwork for this game.
Bro. And I just don't like how. Listen, like what you like. Engage with what you want to engage with. I'm not knocking nobody, but I absolutely despise how a lot of these people analyze certain things or like try to make the claim that it's good. It's really annoying. Because it's like you guys are just talking about looks. You're really just rooting secretly deep down in your heart, and like I saw something.
Or you're forming an unhealthy attachment to a fictional product. That's my thing.
What's up, Omar? What's up, Malik? And like I'm like, bro, what was I today? Lily Orchard, whatever. Who I remember, I think, because they did like a really long Korra hate video where I'm like, I remember watching it and be like, this is ass. Apparently that motherfucker's a freak and like deal with sister and brother, but apparently he's a big she I don't know, whatever. They're a big reason that Steven Universe is quote unquote hated and yada yada, and people are like, look at this scene with Rose and Steven's dad. How could you call this a bad show? I'm like, did you just show one random scene and said because of this one scene, therefore show good? Like, are you brain dead? Are you retarded? I'm not even calling the scene bad or good. It's just like, what kind of argument is that? That's what I'm saying. Anywho's, turn my camera on. Try it again. There we go. All right.
Type shit. Anyways.
Greetings. Type sheet. Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome to Views from the Watchtower. Episode 15. I'm calling it Capes, Cowls, and Tights, I think. I don't even know if I used that title already. If I did, I'll change it.
I think we have, but fuck it, we ball.
All right, then. We're going to change the title right now. We're going to change the title
2.0
right
at the end of it. Yeah.
Version V2. V2 version 2. All right. We're finally gonna do the Batman and Spider-Man thing at the very end. We have a few topics, nothing particularly crazy for you guys today, but I do want to talk about. Let me actually put the graphic on so you can see. I'll be talking about Tippy Hero X a little bit, touching on Dispatch and some various other things. But how you doing, Glam?
I'm chilling. Graduate studies, gotta get done. The rest of this week is going to be a lot of sitting at a laptop and typing on Google Docs.
Yeah. Do I think is your rec good now? No, but Kuna Dewan did pull up, so possibly things could happen. But no, it's not good yet. So yeah, I'm good. I've been chilling. I've been working on comic book video essays. Actually, I finished my recording for Deadly Class last night. I actually managed to finish that Neva video too last night. I didn't think I'd get that done, but I finished it and threw it on Patreon if you guys want to see that. Nomada Studios, creators of Gris, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, I've been gaming. Like when I have some time to myself now, I've actually been gaming and taking notes and actually recording my footage. So I have like gameplay stuff to use. And I've just been enjoying making videos on the other channel. Deadly Class, Rat Queens, Monstrous, East to West, Low are the comic book video essays that I've written. So stay tuned for that. It'll be coming out December to January. So yeah. I was gonna sleep, but I'm here to keep me awake. I'm here. It's probably gonna go back to mediocrity in a chapter or two. Yep. What's up, Chief? But all right. Oh, I see you're a Blazer fan. The only right answer. I just put her on screen. I didn't really. Is she my
We aren't
favorite?
that tapped in, bro. Like,
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I didn't even play it. I watched it, and I watched the various decisions you can make. I don't even know who my favorite character is. I'll think about that. But shout out to Blazer. She's not even blonde. She's a fraud. Bitch is a brunette. By the way, totally agree with about the Invisigal stuff. I don't know why anyone would pick her. I don't know, man. I would not pick any of them. I'm staying solo dolo. That's just
Max.
Yeah. It's one of those games where
Well,
I'm like, you're all. Well,
Malevola can get it. I'll say that. But
I'm not mad at it. So what are you currently reading? If you're reading anything right now?
oh, bro, I was reading things until like the middle of October, and then my schedule got fucked with the amount of work I have to do. But I'm in the middle of Monstrous. I'm in the middle of Deadly Class.
Nice.
I'm still reading up to date with Turtles. Let me scroll through here because I still have it literally on a list for myself. Still finishing up Fables.
Okay.
Marvel DC, I've been reading more of Jed McKay's second Moon Knight run. Okay. And DC, I've been reading Countdown to Mystery, which is half Dr. Fate, half the misadventures of Spectre and Eclipso, which is a little odd.
I have mostly been rereading Image comic book stuff because I want to do video essays on them. So Monstrous has gotten a reread. East to West. I actually caught back up to Saga, having restarted it because Saga had been on hiatus for a little while as a result of the cliffhanger that I had to sit on for like 4 fucking years. Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples, you will pay for this someday. I ended up rereading Morning Glories and being like, I don't think I like this as much as I did when I was younger. To the point where I'm ready to I actually took them off my shelf. I think I'm going to sell what I have. I don't think I'm keeping them. So Joe Eisma and Spencer's, I also don't think it's going to continue. It hasn't gotten an issue since fucking 2016, so I don't want it anymore. Chief said, I read the Absolute Superman. I've been watching comics explained videos on the big two. I have Absolute stuff like favorited to read eventually. I heard Wonder Woman and Batman are the best too. I'm going to get to it. I'm going to do it on my time off. I haven't done it yet though, but I am Absolute stuff. Did you read any of that?
I've talked about this with a few people and also on Twitter a little bit. I'm giving the entire process another, like, I said this like 6 months ago, but like at the time I said I was going to give it another year at the time in which Absolute had first come out, because I want to see like how committed DC is to this. Because especially when you and I have been talking about, we want new takes like constantly from Marvel and DC. Marvel consistently is just like, fuck that, we're going to be boring as shit, and then whenever we do have a new thing, we're going to fuck it up. So whatever. But DC seems to be cooking with this a little bit, but I want to see how committed they are. Especially because my hiccups right now are absolute Green Lantern and Flash don't seem to be cooking, which are red flags to me.
Yeah.
And no absolute Aquaman is also odd to me at this point.
Interesting.
But so far, like it's been near universal praise for Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, and Martian Manhunter, even if Wonder Woman and Batman are getting it the loudest.
Yeah.
All four of those I've heard are fantastic.
Same.
But I just want to see how committed they are to just this specific universe without any crossover. Like, I know DC KO is happening with some of the Absolute characters, but Scott Snyder said that they're not really, nothing that's going on there is going to affect Absolute, which is like, thank Christ, if you're going to commit to it.
Okay.
So just if they just keep doing what they're doing, it's going to be good. But
All
I'm going to wait and see.
I haven't peeped yet. I've been saving a lot of the artwork and stuff too. It's looking really good. But what I did actually read, and I had way more fun than I feel like I should have. I read the Sonic and DC crossover.
Oh yeah,
I had an absolute fucking blast. I thought it was awesome. I had a great time. It's one of those things where I didn't feel the need, I know people are like power scaling it now, and oh my god, like Sonic's faster than the Flash. But if you've known anything about IDW Sonic, he's fucking different. All right.
Yeah.
He's been broken.
Ian Flynn guesses him the hell up.
Because like I even remember one, like, what was one of those videos?
He gasses up the whole cast because Knuckles does some crazy shit in that.
Yes,
too.
he does. Yes, he does. By the way, Shadow and Batman were awesome, though. I am a little bit tired of some writers leaning into the edginess of Shadow, where I'm like, he's grown, like he has a rough exterior, but like he's grown out of that to a certain degree after a while. Like Shadow's not all the time, to the point where like there's one like I can't remember which arc this is, but like him and Sonic like killed like 5 badniks together, and Sonic is like, it hurts to be this cool, and Shadow's like doing like the cool guy smile with his eyes closed, and he's like, like he's not that like like cut it, because I feel like in a Sonic racing, I'm like, bro, why y'all revert him to like maximum edgy? Where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald? Like, relax. He's chilled out like Vegeta over the years a little bit. You know what I mean? So. But I had a fun time with it. It was absolutely super fun to read. It's reminiscent of me watching like the Ninja Turtles and Batman crossover. I'm not here to take anything too seriously. I just want to see these two IPs come together and have a fun time for like an hour. And that's how I felt about the Sonic crossover. But Sonic and Flash just dick measuring the whole fucking time was hilarious. I can move up picoseconds.
Oh, you still measure yourself in time?
You can still your speed can still be measured. That's cute. And I'm like, dog, can you guys shut the fuck up and just run and do some shit? Yeah, no, I had a great time. But yeah, that's what I've been reading. What I'm looking forward to getting into is the Black Hammer stuff. That's next, as in terms of like super new content. I'm ready to get into the Black Hammers a little bit stuff. I feel like I've been cool with superhero stuff a little bit lately. Haven't taken a break. I even watched Into and is it Across the Spider-Verse? Beyond's the third one. I watched that with my girl pretty recently, and she really liked it. So that was a fun rewatch because I actually hadn't seen them in a while. Still looking forward to that third movie. I do like the Into the Spider-Verse universe. So yeah, Sonic vs. Reverse Flash, Batman cooking metal. Yeah, even Sonic versus Darkseid. Sonic and Superman and the Super Form was cool too. I had a fun time. Nearly forgot I downloaded every DC animated Marvel movies and watched All-Star Superman. Great movie. I feel like I'm not a big fan of All-Star Superman the way other people are. Like I feel like that's one of the like Superman stories that get a lot of praise. I don't hate it. I don't think it's bad. I just don't love it. But I haven't seen that movie in a long time. I don't remember how the movie adapted it. I don't remember if I liked it or not that much. But shout out to All Star Superman. I'm trying to think of anything else that I'm looking forward to reading. Well, the absolute DC stuff I'll get around to, and I plan on doing. I haven't really checked, but I plan on doing like a check of like Image Comics, like what's out, what's pretty new, what's popping. Like go on their site and see what's going on because I haven't checked in a while. I also noticed, for some reason, I don't have Deadly Class Volume 11. I don't know if I lost it. I don't know if I didn't get it, but I have 1 to 12, but no 7. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Did I just forget to get this volume? So, yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to reading in due time. But the Deadly Class essay will probably be out soon. I'll probably have it done by the end of today, or if not tomorrow, and I'll put it out as soon as it's done. So yeah. What about like animated live action movies or anything, or like games or anything? Are you looking forward to anything that's coming out from the comic book world, so to speak?
Game? Well,
Because there's
animation,
like
not really.
there's the Invincible fighting game, which looks like dog water to me, honestly. And it doesn't look good to me. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not like tranquilo. I'm not saying it's bad. I just like everything that I've seen didn't move me. I'm like, I don't know about this. I actually feel the way about the Avatar game, but that's a side tangent. So
Animation, there's nothing. I think this week we're getting the first trailer for Supergirl.
there's a trailer.
Because there was a little tease Gunn put out where it showed Kara sitting on, and Amelia Alcock, the actress playing her, like sitting on a bench waiting for like a spaceship to come down next to her. And then had the Superman symbol, or the House of L symbol right afterwards. So,
Okay.
if there's any movie that's going to make me consider watching comic movies from one company again, it's probably going to be that, if Supergirl's good. I couldn't give a...
What's it called?
I
Wings
couldn't
of
give a
Wings of Tomorrow? Isn't he supposed to be adapting that? I can't remember what it's called exactly. One of the
Woman of Tomorrow.
Woman of Tomorrow.
The Tom King one.
Okay.
Where she's in space a lot.
Yeah.
Which I think is good. That they're going that direction anyway. But, like, the Doomsday trailers, fuck off. I am not excited at all for anything MCU related. I'll say that. Like, I'm glad that Fantastic Four did well.
Oh, Avengers Doomsday. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're making a Doomsday movie?
I'm glad Fantastic Four did well, but whatever the fuck they got going on with Doctor Doom and Robert Downey Jr., man.
Wait, the movie actually did well? Like, it sold well? That movie's ass.
I mean, it didn't.
That's not a good...
Like, people liked it.
That's not a good movie.
Like, I know that.
That movie's ass. That movie's fucking ass. I actually watched it. It's not good. I didn't like it. I was just like, this is like I remember I was fighting like sleep. Like I was nodding off. Like I fought to watch it. It wasn't worth the fight. I should have let sleep win. What about the Batman 2? Is that a thing? Do we have another? Do we finally have that from like Matt Reeves or whatever?
No, that's gonna be like in 2 years from now. So I don't know why we're talking about that.
Yeah, I don't. But I'm saying, but is there news? Like, did anything come out? Because I haven't heard anything.
No. Well, Scarlett Johansson has been in casting talks.
I've been seeing that. I did see that actually.
People are saying Mask of the Phantasm in live action form. But once I heard that, I was like, hold on a minute.
But are they mad at her now because she did something political? I don't know.
I don't know. Who gives a shit? Scarlett Johansson's a great actress, and if you're going to have her play Andrea, whatever the fuck her last name is, that would be
fuck me a good actress.
Perfect cast.
That's prime elite milk. She looked good. Like Gal Gadot can't act. She looked good though. Give a fuck. Doomsday is a direct sequel to Endgame, by the way. Direct sequel? Like it happened right after Endgame?
There's been some talk that like the scene at the end with Cap and Peggy, Doom's gonna like pull up in their door and like do some shit. But hey, man. Because there was another leak that said that Doomsday is about the rivalry between Doctor Doom and Captain America, which that made me want to put a gun in my mouth. But...
I was actually about to be like, what the fuck happened to Kang the Conqueror, but I forgot Jonathan Majors, yada yada, blah blah.
It's a freak.
Is he? I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't even know if he's guilty or
not. I don't know. Some shit.
I don't know what's going on. He was running on a camera or something. So Scarlett been in the controversy. I feel like it's just one of those things where it's just like super moral grandstand, my ethical morality code. Twitter is just grandstanding like, she said this political thing that I don't care about, but I don't know. I didn't read it. It was more like, I don't care. She looked good. She could be in the movie. Put her in it. That's all I said. Yeah. Put her in it. Find a role. Put her in it. As far as animated stuff, for me, it's just Beyond the Spider-Verse. I think it's a June 18, 2027, they're saying. I know there's been like some crunch animator abuse, plus I guess Shamik Moore, whatever his name is, he's weird. Something with him and Haley Stanfield, like I don't know, but yeah, I'm still excited for that movie. I heard they're trying to do something pretty different from an animation standpoint, but the one reason that I've always like given Spider-Verse so much respect is I truly believe it pushed the animation forward, especially like Western animation in a lot of ways, where I started to finally see more movies and companies experiment a lot more, because I do think that it was very unique for its time, having like the chromatic aberration. I can't remember what the dotted technique is called right now. It's not coming to me. When you like when they color in the comics with the dots. Having different characters animated differently, moving at different frames and all that. And then I started to see stuff like, even like the Ninja Turtles animated movie, I'm like, they've tried something different here. The Puss in Boots movie, I saw that, I'm like, okay. Intergalactic, the Kid Cudi movie, I'm like, I see you guys are actually trying to really experiment with animation and stop making it look like fucking ugly. Like, stop making shit that like Big Mouth. That shit is fucking hideous and horrendous to look at. Like, why do y'all animate these ugly ass fucking characters? Like, so that's anyways, yeah. As far as live action stuff, I would say honestly, as far as DC goes, I really do hope that Green Lantern TV show eventually is good. I want it to be good. And I just
think it's impossible for us in particular to have the resonance with that they probably want the audience to have, because we just make Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart the same age, bro. Like, this fucking mentor gimmick is just not. It's like, I'm sorry. I'm tired of just Hal Jordan not being the GOAT. It's so annoying.
Yeah. What's up, Lo? Indra's #1 praiser this year. Have I already talked about the Crisis trilogy? If you're talking about the Crisis stuff from the the Tomorrowverse, where there was 3 parts to it, that shit was beyond ass. It was, and it was just so funny because I've never seen a universe come and go so quickly. Like, I'm pretty sure it started in the pandemic. I think it was like what, Death Note is crazy. Deathstroke. Knights and Dragons, and then it was Superman Man of Tomorrow, then like The Green,
and Long Halloween.
Supergirl, The Green, Long Halloween, yada yada blah blah. We watched it together.
Yeah, Long Halloween was good, and then everything after that just sucked dick.
There was like a Justice Society something one, I think, or I don't remember, or rather
the Wonder Woman,
yeah.
How was I?
Yeah, the Tomorrowverse came in and went, and they're like, all right, like grand apocalyptic event, and I was just like. I didn't like it. And I actually like Superman Man Tomorrow and the Long Halloween and stuff like that, but I don't know what happened. After that, they lost their fucking mind. Apparently a 5th Sonic Paramount movie confirmed or something. I think I think they're planning to do another trilogy. I think I saw there's Amy Rose and Metals coming. I think they're doing a TV show or something like that.
There's the 4th one, and then the new movie that's been announced it's based on the way it's being sort of not peddled. What's the word I'm looking for? Pitched.
It is
It's going to be a spin-off thing.
It is interesting that they did Shadow before Metal Sonic, though. That's interesting.
Well, I mean, yeah, sure.
And like I heard they want to do Chaos and stuff too, and I'm like, why y'all bring Shadow so early then? But I kind of get it. Shadow, Year of Shadow, popular, and like this did help Sega and propel them forward in a lot of ways. So, you know,
based on the way they're moving, I think the 5th one that's probably going to be a spinoff is either going to be Knuckles related or it might be Blaze related, because Silver's a lot easier to introduce. Silver's a lot easier to introduce since he's just time travel. Blaze is a whole other fucking dimension with her own.
She's a Sonic of her world. The Soul Emeralds. Yeah.
So like, it's a whole lot more shit to do for Blaze. But I think it's more like it's gonna be like Knuckles and Rouge.
Team's chaotic. Wow, he said fuck Ebonics.
I think Ebonics is disgusting, bro.
Yo, Ebonics is crazy.
Vector would for sure speak in that shit if he was black coded, 100%.
Yo, dog. Nah. That's Team Ebonics from now on. Ah, shit, I needed that. I needed that laugh. Blaze Silver movie's fire though. I'm with it. I'm with it.
I do think the most likely thing is probably Knuckles and Rouge. I'm not gonna lie, and maybe Chaotix is thrown in there too. Fucking Crossroads, bro.
It's Sonic Racing all around the world. I'm just trying to get through. Like, I'm like, all right, fuck it, get SpongeBob out of here so I can get like the Pac-Man world. I'm getting Pangolin Whisper.
Yes.
Whisper's a boost type. Let's go. We need more boost types. What are we doing? There's two.
Get Surge in the game. Get all the IDW.
If I get Surge to Tenric, I will twerk on camera. Okay, no, actually, no, I'm not. But
that's crazy.
Metaphorically, imagine I twerked on camera. But yeah, I need Surge to Tenric. But you know what's really funny? Side note. Simi finally played Nights into Dreams. He's like, this game is ass. This is just Superman 64 with extra steps. And I'm like, I've never really understood the hype behind that game. I only played it for like 5 minutes or like an hour or whatever it was, like way back in the day. But I did like Billy Hatcher. I did like Billy Hatcher. Sega, Billy Hatcher, do it up. We need that. Anyways, yeah. You got sidetracked, but shout out to the Sonic movies and stuff. Let me think.
Those are technically comics,
Yeah.
you know, Whisper and
Yeah. IDW, Ian Flynn. Yeah. Ian Flynn been getting a lot of flack though. There's some other black writer that like you should be writing it instead of him, and he's like, can you guys stop trying to like pit me and this
Sonic fans? Townsy is right. There is no fandom that hates their own IP as much as Sonic fans. It's actually fucking crazy. How much like these like specific metrics that they want everything done it's so autistic. It's unbelievable how much they pick and choose.
Lo, it's kind of funny you say that, right? Because you just like, can we get some Pokemon ZA slander? This isn't a video game stream.
Yeah, that is not the point of this.
Yeah, but it's just kind of funny because remember, it's been like about 2 months now, a month now. On my other channel, I actually made a video that kind of went like viral as far as viral for me, where it's called Pokemon Fans Walk With Me for a Second. As you can see, there's 24K views on it. And I did a follow-up video, and I was pretty much talking about why these assholes just take any and all things, no matter how mediocre it is with Pokemon, and try to offer some Pokemon alternatives and whatnot. So if you want to kind of hear me talk about that, I'd say watch those 2 videos. It is going to take you 40 minutes to get through, and then I did Pokemon alternatives you might enjoy. So I actually did do that on the channel. Yeah. So, anywho's video games. So as far as upcoming video games and whatnot, Marvel
That Wolverine game, just get out of the way for upcoming, because Marvel Cosmic Invasion's already out technically.
Okay. He's right.
That Wolverine game is gonna be fucking.
Did we get more footage or news on it? I haven't even.
Y'all get tricked by Insomniac again. You do it at your own risk, bruh, because that shit looks mid, just pure mid, bro. I am not trying to have that stiff ass fucking stabby combat, bro. That shit is mid.
I don't know.
And they're just gonna have this there's gonna be some fuck ass plot where Wolverine and Mystique were lovers back in the day, and now she's on the opposite side, and she's gonna free Omega Red, and the past of Weapon X is gonna come back to haunt him that we've seen 40 million times for this dude. Oh,
but you didn't see Insomniac do it. They did.
I'm tired, bro. And that Captain America, Hydra, Black Panther, World War II game, fuck that shit. That's just gonna.
I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah, hey, bro. And then that Black Panther game that got canceled, good, because they'd fuck that up somehow. Thank God they canceled Wonder Woman. I'm tired of these game companies.
That Black Panther shit is, well, you know what, it probably didn't right now if it got canceled, but that's just going to cause a lot of fucking racial discourse that I'm not in the mood to hear anyways.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. You said, seen the video, good shit, that game just won't leave my mind. I feel sorry for you. Did you play it? Did you buy it? Or like, What's up with you? Like, I feel you, but like, I don't know, man. I don't think Pokemon fans could be saved. Y'all, it's over for y'all. Play Cassette Beast. Watch my Cassette Beast video. Shit goated. Yeah. So I'm actually mad at Dotemu. I got beef. Put the camera on me. I got beef. Dotemu. Granted, we played this on Xbox, right? And my friend, I guess he's streaming it. They can do like the stream service, whatever. I don't know. I don't understand how this shit works, right? But
Game Pass. Probably what you're talking about.
yeah. But is Game Pass you stream it? Did I know that? I thought you could.
No, it's a subscription service.
Yeah,
because
I had it because like anyways like, so me and my group of friends in my neighborhood, we love to play like classic 2D side-scrolling beat 'em up together, and we've been doing this since like the pandemic. River City Girls 2, Guacamelee 2. We replayed Castle Crashers. We did Scott Pilgrim versus the World, like deluxe edition or whatever, or complete edition. Streets of Rage 4. TMNT Shredder's Revenge. Power Rangers Rita's Rewind, I think it's called. And like,
wasn't that one mid?
That one to me is the middest one out of all of them. And I'm personally not a Power Rangers guy, but I had fun playing it. Like the campaign, like the little gimmicky, like Megatron, whatever. Megazord. There we go. I'm fucking up. You actually, you would have been so mad at me the other day because I was talking about Dave the Diver, and I'm like, yeah, so they had a Godzilla DLC. I don't know shit about kaijus. He fought a big crawfish, Ibrath. That's not his name.
Ibra?
I said Ibrath. I said
the fucking lobster from We're like, oh, Jesus.
I'm like, what the fuck am I talking about? I got the names all kinds of wrong. I'm like, yeah, I am not a kaiju guy. I don't know shit about nothing. I'm like, I thought Godzilla was evil. I didn't know Godzilla's not always evil. Sometimes he help humanity. I'm like, oh, shit, I'm all fucked up over here. So take that part of that video, the Dave the Diver video, Dave D. Diver. I had so much fun with that stupid-ass joke. Rocks D. Dave the Diver. That was a good game, though. Did I play Dispatch? I watched Dispatch and all of the all the routes. I wasn't gonna buy that. It's not a game. Inazuma 11 Victory Road won't leave my mind. Pokemon fans not used to good games. Hey, y'all said y'all was gonna buy me Inazuma 11. If you buy it, I'll play it. I'm not buying it though. You can still stream games on Pass. That's how I started Hollow Knight, but the latency sucks, so I bought it on Steam. Okay, that makes sense. But back on me. I'm on your ass though, Temu. Why is it, at least on Xbox, and when I looked it up, a lot of people seem to be having this issue. Granted, I don't know what systems they were on. Do you know it took us about 45 minutes to like start multiplayer? We boot the game up, we go to the start screen, I press start to like join the game. My boy Lord there to join the game. We can see that the game is trying to register us to like play, but we can't join in. We can't. It's not working. So I'm looking at YouTube, Reddit, all of these things, and I actually even tweeted at them like, yo, the multiplayer is not working. I think the tweet should still be up somewhere on my Twitter. Brother, we had to all make Xbox accounts. We couldn't use a guest account or nothing. We had to all make an Xbox account. Granted, I forgot I had one. Because 2 years ago, when Simi got me my new computer, I played Tinykins and Shredders on Xbox Game Pass. So I was able to recover my password or like whatever and like get it on. But Laura had to like just make one. And I'm like, why would you guys do that? And like, it's certain things like that with like modern gaming that pisses me off because like, this is why I just like 64. You just plug in the controller and you fucking play. I'm so tired of, I get a game, I gotta fucking install it, download it, then download the patch. Then there's 8 different codes I gotta put in if I want the fucking Blue Star extreme gear. And it's just like, I'm so tired of modern gaming sometimes. Like, it was mad annoying. I couldn't, it took us a while to play. It actually kind of dampened the mood a little bit. Like, we were playing Gears of War for a little bit while we're trying to figure it out. Like, I don't know. Anyways, good game though. We had fun. It was a good game. We actually haven't finished it, and usually we finish that shit in one sitting. We're not done, so I don't even know how it ends or whatever. But does
it play as slow as it looks, or is it actually fast?
I would say it's not as fast to me as TMNT Shredder's Revenge or River
Yeah, because
City
that's the
Girls.
speed I like my beat 'em ups, like that
Yeah.
Cashless Crasher TMNT.
Yeah, I'll say it's not as fast, but I think it makes up for it with with you being able to switch characters like mid combo and back and forth and whatnot. But some characters are faster than others. Like Wolverine's really nimble and fast on the ground, specifically. Spider-Man could swing and he's agile, nimble, acrobatic, whoop-de-whoop. She-Hulk is slow but powerful. It just depends on the character. And then the ones that can fly, they have like, free range of movement. So just kind of play around with it, but it's not as fast as TMNT. And I don't think it's better than TMNT, but I do like the game. I think it's fun. As an old Xbox fan, the current state has me in absolute shambles. I could understand that, but like I told my friend, they all stink. Sony stinks, PlayStation stinks, Microsoft stinks, Nintendo stinks. They all suck. They're all fucking up. So like, to me, every company damn it, tangent. I know it's video game stuff, but I'm so sad about Metroid Prime 4. I'm actually sad about that because
hey man, you and me both.
And you're a bigger Metroid fan than me. I'm more like a passing enthusiast. Like I come and I go, but how many times how surprised were we about Dread, how good it was, how buttery smooth it is, how many jokes we had with Quiet Rove and
Literally one of the best
Raven
games on the Switch.
And
it's actually kind of insane.
Samus speaks one time
Yep.
in Chozo, and it's so raw. Like, I'm like, y'all not gonna let Metroid fail after. Like, Metroid is not a franchise that's like super in the public eye in terms of Nintendo IPs where you can fuck up like this.
Yep.
Like, you could fuck up a Zelda game, you'll be fine. Mario game, you'll be fine. Pokemon game, you'll make more money. But I don't think stuff like Star Fox or Metroid could really take these hits. You gotta do better. And to me, it looks like a here, damn type of game. Like they didn't want to make it. I also feel like a lot
of the mistakes that I've seen in the game are things that for some, like, we went through this with Other M Retro. Mm-hmm. What are we doing with the, like, especially this emphasis on dialogue in a Metroid game? Like, I'm not usually the guy that like gives a shit about atmosphere. But that's
But you have to admit, like, as Samus, you're usually like alone. Like the lone bounty hunter thing is a big like ambient.
It's a big draw for a lot of people.
Yeah,
like that's. Yeah.
I don't mind people helping. It's not like she's always alone. The Federation is always there helping her out more often than not. Just that, like, Samus is kind of a solo act, and having this, I won't lie to you, I'm not as annoyed as I'm gonna be honest with you. I already watched all the cutscenes. I watched a 3-hour cutscene, whatever. Cause I'm not buying the game.
I haven't seen them all yet, but I assume like it's not as annoying as that.
Mackenzie sucks.
Yeah,
he sucks.
Yeah,
he's not as obviously I didn't play it, but he didn't come across as annoying. He's like, okay, this is the quirky, nerdy guy behind the science character. He's annoying, but he's not that bad. I don't think, but yeah. It's just like after Dread, I actually, like, personally speaking, like hot take maybe, I think Metroid Dread is my favorite. Is my favorite Metroid game. I don't know if it's the best, but it's my favorite one.
It'd be that or Prime 1 for me.
I'm not mad at that, but
yeah,
they shut the bed,
especially
and you have to pay for. Use the amiibo to get desert music. I'm like, all right, man. And the green crystal shit is stupid, but yeah.
I already knew once I saw that bike was going to be on the game, that was going to piss some people off. I knew that before going in way early.
I wasn't following the development and the footage and stuff. So like, I didn't even know the game was out for like 4 days. I was like, this shit dropped. I haven't heard a peep or a murmur. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Then when I looked it up, everyone's fucking mad. I waited 18 years for this. It also, like, I didn't know how far back in the timeline it is. I kind of, like, don't care about this era anymore, if that makes sense. Like, I almost feel like this game should have come out, like, 8 years ago. I would have cared more. The only thing I cared about was...
The complaint I hear about is people that think it's dated. That's the number one thing I hear.
The only thing that I think I cared about was Silex. Like, the conclusion with Silex. Like that bounty hunter. So... Because Dread is the latest thing in the timeline. So I'm like, I'm cool with moving forward. I don't really care about moving back.
There's also a good thing to point out that, again, this is only an issue for the Prime series. Normal Metroid right now is in a good spot.
Yeah.
It just... the IP as a whole
Mhm.
has always been sort of in a tenuous position. But like we said the same thing about Donkey Kong, and then Bonanza came out. So Nintendo just could. It's a weird. Nintendo is equal parts amazing devs and also shitty business practice most of the time. It's really only the Game Freak Pokemon Company side that's like, our games suck ass most of the time. Now Metroid's kind of straight into that territory, but this game was in development hell for however long, for really no good reason either. So
Yeah,
that's just something they got to turn around.
unfortunate. But
Free Game Freak, bruh. I really hope Beast of Reincarnation is good. I really do. But anyway.
I think that shit is so funny to me. I'm like, y'all mailing it, y'all using Pokemon fun stuff. Anyways,
That game looks like 10 times better than anything they've ever made, too.
I still saw frame rate drops though. I won't lie to you. They gotta figure that out. When the trees were growing, I said, where did the frame rate go? But yeah, Marvel Cosmic Invasions, cool game. I actually wanted you to speak a bit about Marvel Rivals. I have yet to really play it. I'm gonna try. Because Lizard's always playing it. You guys are always talking about it. I would like to come in. Listen, I'm ass. Yeah. Don't yell at. If you yell at me, I'm not gonna play. Don't yell at me. Don't yell.
You know what's funny?
Don't yell. Push the payload. Leave me alone. I'm just trying to have fun. Okay. Don't yell at me.
I somehow end up in competitive. I'm like a really good team player. But for some reason, when I play in quick play, the level of just ass I witness just pisses me off, and it doesn't mean to because I don't intend to get like riled up about it. But it's like the decisions these people make, and it's probably like a bit of a text because I played Overwatch years ago. So it's like bred into me to like know what to do in a way that these other people don't.
All I did was push the payload when I played the beta for Overwatch.
You know what's crazy is that this game you don't even have to do, like, you can walk off the payload in this game and it will still move forward if you have control of it. That's one of the intricacies that are different. But anyway,
I didn't know there was a payload. I'll just use that as an example.
Oh yeah.
But like, is it like is there a story to the game? Is there like lore
There's
stuff?
Background lore. There's background lore.
Are they like? Because I see you talk about it pretty frequently. So like, are they doing good stuff? You would say like with
It's to my own surprise. It's one of my most played games of this year. I'd say the only other ones that are really comparable for me that I've played as much this year is like either Elden Ring or, oh my god, what's the other one off the top of my head that I played a fuck ton this year? Probably Mario and Luigi, actually.
Brothership?
Because I've played. Okay, just again tangent. If you get through like the first 4-ish hours, those are really slow. But after that, the game's pace picks up so fast, and the combat system just expands. Now, I swear to God, there was a point in the game where I'm like, "Holy shit, this game got really good really fast," and I didn't know when that happened. It actually took me by surprise how quickly that happened. But yeah, for Rival, yeah, I think I've sunk 600 hours into the game over the year.
Damn.
I never thought I'd be back on a hero shooter the way I would. Like in Prime Overwatch when it first came out, I played that game to death. Like it was the only thing I played a lot. The difference with this and Overwatch to me is that third person does this game a lot of benefit because you can see a lot more of what's happening and you can see your characters and you can see the skins, and that's like an aesthetic thing.
I'm a fan of the third person. I'm a fan of that.
Yeah, it also just makes it more fun for gameplay reasons to just see everything you're doing in a more open environment like that. I also just generally think it has a better art style and better graphics than Overwatch ever has, personally.
Okay.
There are little intricacies that are different. Like this game is much more of a MOBA than it is of a hero shooter.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say that, it's because my main complaint with Overwatch and with Rivals before it came out was that it was King of the Hill simulator.
Okay.
This game is much more about team fights than it is about playing the objective itself. Because with Rivals, time to kill is way faster than Overwatch. The amount of damage and healing that's getting pumped out every few seconds is kind of ridiculous compared to other hero shooters. But I will admit, the number one reason I'm still in is because at the end of the day, no matter how much I bitch about Marvel, I do have an attachment to a lot of the characters that are in it. And all the characters I play for the most part are ones that I like enjoy reading about, or their playstyles are fun. Like I play 7 out of the 9 tanks that are in the game. No, 9 of the 11 tanks that are in the game. I have 7 supports I play, and I've got like 8 DPS that I play, and they're all of like different
How
styles.
many characters are in the game?
Right now, I think there's like 44 or 45. Val can fact check me on that.
And would you,
the most recent one,
Mhm.
the most recent one to come out is Gambit, and we're getting Rogue, and we're getting Rogue this week.
Okay. So they seem to be updating it frequently. And would you say like the characters, like move sets, costumes, and like I guess personalities, like align mostly with what you know? With
It's this game is for comic fans above any other sort of consumer of the Marvel IP. In particular, like certain things, like there's a Hulk voice line about the green doors and the one below all in the game, and you would only know that if you had read Al Ewing's Immortal Hulk run.
Okay.
Because he puts that in there where he changes how gamma radiation works and where the Hulk's powers come from and all this other shit. You'd only know that if you're an up-to-date comic reader. Like Emma Frost and Tony are flirting, even though I hate that ship. It's the most recent thing that the two of them are doing, so whatever. And then like Daredevil has an ultimate like. Do you remember him in Shadowlands when the Hand like took over him for a little bit?
Yeah.
He literally has the Beast in
wow.
him in this game, but he's mastered it. Like he's reined it in control, and he uses it in his powers. And in terms of movesets and stuff, I think they've gotten progressively better as the game has spent more time. Like Daredevil and Gambit are the most recent 2 characters released, and their kits to me are the best in the game. I know Spider-Man was one of the ones where since release his like kit was very accurate to himself, but his kit's a little toxic and annoying for people that aren't very skilled to deal with, because he can literally just fly across the map at 40 miles an hour and just like web you from a million miles away and pull you off a map while he just swings back. Like it's a little ridiculous if you're a good Spider-Man. But Daredevil and Gambit have really in-depth kits that are really fun to play. Even for a guy like I mainly play tanks. So like the most in-depth kit I really have to worry about is like Hulk or Emma Frost. But Gambit and Daredevil are way more advanced than that.
Okay. I will during my like 2-week break. I'm gonna try to get on and see if I like it. I'm gonna try.
It's a very fun time. Like I'm actually shocked how fun it's maintained.
I'm just a very lonely indie gamer. You know me. I just play my single player and go on. And if I'm playing a multiplayer game, it's probably a fighting game where I don't want to talk too much, or like I'm just 1v1 kind of thing. You know, like I did want to say real quick, the roster for Cosmic Invasion I found was pretty interesting. A mixture of like heavy hitters, decently known ones, and some unknown ones.
It's the same with Rivals too. Like they've been really. It's interesting that both those games came out and the casts were so dynamic with each other.
Like Fila Vale, whatever her name is not a character that I'm particularly familiar with. I know the name, I've seen it, but I actually don't really know who that is like that.
I like her version of Quasar too.
Yeah, it's super cool. Like I actually like that's like I used her a lot. Like I liked her like a lot. Like I used her and Spider-Man and Black Panther the most, I'd say. I'm not touching She-Hulk. You guys know I hate everything Hulk related. I didn't even know Cosmic Ghost Rider was in the game. Like, oh, that's interesting. No Thor, but we took Beta Ray Bill. I'm like, okay, like there was some interesting like decisions here. Norrin Rad, Storm was fun, but yeah, like I just thought the
long-haired Richard Rider as well, not normal.
Yes,
Nova.
Yeah. So
that's the case with Rebels too. Like Angela being in the game at this point, like we've even got hints that next season we're gonna get Elsa Bloodstone. Like it's very specifically niche. Like Squirrel Girl is in the game, like stuff like that.
I've seen
fuck that character. She's fucking annoying.
I've seen some Guna art that's crazy with her. So.
Oh my god. I mean, they do make the bitches bad. I mean, the dudes are fucking sexualized the hell and back too. Like,
hey, give him that night.
Spider-Man's got a pretty boy ass face. Loki, Punisher, Namor all got bulges. Venom is Venom. Like,
yeah, okay. And then I guess the other one that's coming out is Marvel Tokon. Fighting Souls, which is a 4-on-4. I'm just gonna read what this says. Assemble a team of legendary Marvel characters in the ultimate 4v4 tag team fighter from PlayStation Studios. Arc System Works and Marvel Games. Experience fast, explosive action where every match is a unique and exciting versus battle experience. Add to wish list now. I know Pat got into the whatever closed beta, whatever it was, testing thing, and he seemed to be decently impressed and he likes it, whatever. Is that Venom skin real? You know the one? I actually don't.
It's
Some
it's
freak
he's
shit?
probably referring to the one where it's a cake like themed skin. So like
He's pink
it's like the
and white.
it's like strawberry shortcake ass catered to women's skins. Like they gave one to Luna Snow, Invisible Woman, and Psylocke. But Venom's got one too. And yes, he is in a skirt, and his cheeks are indeed out in that skin.
All right, you know what? More power to them. Eddie Brock, do you? Oh,
Venom, bro. Venom is
Venom. I don't know. All right.
Venom gets the. As a person that plays Venom, I just go basic default Venom. But that boy has got some very toned ass cheeks. I will admit.
He got the Nightwing.
Oh, for sure.
He got the
For
Nightwing
sure.
dumpy.
For sure. Although, granted, like Black Panther and Daredevil got cheeks out too, a little bit.
Okay,
But they're also like man whores, the two of them. So
that's true. Yeah. Does that game at all interest you? Like based on what you've seen or whatever?
I'm not a fighting game guy, but
Okay.
some of the designs are also like I don't know how to feel about Gundam Iron Man.
Okay,
or,
right? Like the Japanese-ification of Marvel,
Yeah.
right? Like, I think it's interesting. Like, I don't know that I'm with you. Like, I don't know that I like it or love it, but I find it intriguing from the standpoint of like, okay, so this is like Japan's take, and you kind of Gundam fight him. He almost has. I think I've seen one of
Captain America with like a fucking sweater on is also a little.
Yeah, and like. Again, it's one of those things where like I'm just gonna observe it from afar and see what happens. However, I'm personally a person who prefers 1v1s or a tag team, where like maybe I have two characters I can switch back. You go anything beyond that, and you're asking my eyes to do too much, especially the older I get. Even back in the day, as much as I love Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and I even like Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I didn't really play the fourth one at all with the Infinity Stones, whatever that one was. I didn't really play that one. But it'd be a lot happening with the Unibeam and foot dive and this on screen where I'm like, my eyes are hurting. 4-on-4, I can't do it. I can't do like. It's to the point where like even if I think the game is really well made and super dope, I'll be like, yo, I'll come over and play every once in a while, but I can't buy it. My eyes can't keep up with that shit, bro. I'm old. I'll be honest with you. I can't see all that shit. I'm gonna get a seizure. I'm gonna have a stroke. I can't do it. There's too much. There's just too much going on. But if that game looks interesting to you, hey man, do what you gotta do. You said good for the Venom fans. I'm gonna be dragged into playing Tokon by friends who have accepted 4v4. Damn, not me. Really good combat, but it has questionable decisions. I mean, the Arc System games seem to be well received more often than not. I actually don't know what the Avatar game is doing differently. I don't even know if that's Arc Systems. It just based on what I had seen, I wasn't impressed. I have to see what they're doing differently. For some reason, with fighting games now, I feel very similar to how I feel about a turn-based game. You have to add some type of formula, gameplay, gimmick, whatever the case may be, that's just like different, innovative, pushing it forward. Something I'm not used to. I'm not saying Avatar is more than 1v1. I'm just saying like what I saw looked basic. I don't know that they're doing something different. Is there like an elemental synergy system? Like the reason that I like Glam hasn't. I don't know if you played 2 yet, but we've played Marvel. Marvel. Jesus Christ, I'm so tired.
Ultimate Alliance?
No.
Oh, okay.
Rivals of Aether. Sorry.
Yeah.
And what we like.
Well, I've not played 2.
Yeah, what I liked about that game is the platform fighters. You couldn't ledge grab. You had no dedicated block button. There was no grab, and you would be surprised how those simple changes completely change how you play the game. I know 2 has added those things, and added some more stuff, which makes it interesting in its own right. But it was also how you had to use your elemental attacks to control the stage, and like how a lot of people had like super states and moves and things that you can do that are just so unique and different. Like, damn it, Force Burn hiding behind the smoke when you can't see him and his clones. And if he sucks in the smoke 3 times, he has like that like explosion move. Hard Hands, the Crystal Amethyst. You know what I mean? Like, I thought that stuff was cool. I just feel like these fighting games. What's my favorite fighting game? Skullgirls. Traditional, like more 2D, like 3-on-3, 2-on-2. I'd probably say Skullgirls. Maybe Capcom versus Tatsunoko, but something along those lines. Probably my favorite traditional fighting games. I actually am a big fan of Injustice 2, so I'd throw Injustice 2 up there. As far as platform fighters go, I would say Smash 4. I do like it more than Ultimate still, even though I do think Ultimate is a good game, though I still play it. And Rivals of Aether. I gotta think about that. I haven't really thought about a fighting game in a long time, for real. I really haven't played them since like 2018. But Fantasy Strike is interesting. Yeah. The most innovative thing about the Avatar game is the variation choices characters here. For instance, Aang has an Appa version where he gets more smooth air movement, allowing him to fast fall and neutral skip a lot. I put about 10 hours to the beta. Oh, there's a beta out? I didn't know that. We talk about Avatar as a beta. There's also a flow system that you can get very creative, and it allows for good things like routing and combo extensions. Okay, so let me see if you know what, I'll look more into it. I haven't really done any research. I saw like this one trailer and I'm like, this looks basic, and I just kind of was like, I don't know. Oh, nice. Haven't played those yet outside of Smash. Yeah, Skullgirls is my shit, yo. That was my shit. But all right, shout out to the Marvel token Fighting Souls. I don't think that Glam and I care, but keep an eye on it. See what's going on with that. The reason I brought up like the 2B Hero X and Dispatch here, right? We don't have to necessarily speak about them in depth or super like talk about the stories or whatever. Though I will say 2B Hero X is my like animated TV show of the year. I've watched a few things this year, from Apothecary Diaries, Vox Machina, not Vox Machina, is it Mighty Nine? I've watched like a few things like this year, and I think 2B Hero X is the best animated show that I've watched this year that I really enjoyed. And I think what they've done with the superhero concept and superhero system is interesting. And then Dispatched, I thought, was a smooth 7 out of 10. I don't think it's anything mega crazy or whatever. Though I don't know why so many people are super into it, but I kind of wanted to raise the question is, do you really think that there's a general superhero fatigue, or do you just think that because the MCU formula has been so tried and true and worked for so long, people are just tired of comic book films or comic book shows being presented to them in a similar fashion, where it's like Glam and I fucking accidentally bonk our heads, and I'm like, I told you to go left. You didn't say my left or your, like, the corny ass quips that I don't want to fucking see. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what is going on there? Shout out to the Snap.
I think it's a really simple, like, the movies just weren't good. That's really all it boils down to. Like, coming off of Endgame, what would you say has been what's the ratio of good Marvel movie to bad coming off of Endgame? Like, for most people, they would probably say
20% good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and among that 20, it'd be like 3 picks.
But for me, it's like 6%.
Yeah, for most people, they would be like Thunderbolts, Shang-Chi, Fantastic Four would be the only ones that they like. That's what I've seen for like most people that talk about it. Where like if you have higher standards, like Naya and myself, like you could just not give a fuck about any of them, even if like other people think that they're good.
Yeah.
So like that's just for Marvel. DC had to go through the entire Snyderverse nonsense, and then had to and then had to deal with like once that ended, the fallout of like all those like the Shazams, the Black Adams, the Birds of Preys, like the 4 different Harley Quinn Suicide Squad, whatever the fucks that were happening. And we had to wait until Gunn came back in to even get a rein in on it. And even then, like Superman was well received. Not to the levels that we were used to seeing, but most audiences like that's a couple factors. It's a couple factors like with that. It's like, for one, Superman wasn't like the greatest thing of all time. The second thing was that most people are going to the movies less and less and less. for that type of movie.
But movies
and
also
nowadays.
cost a lot of money now.
Yes. Because I think even James Gunn said like we didn't like have like huge profit expectations going in. We made the movie because we wanted to make the movie, and Warner Brothers is in on it. Whether it like blew the blew the roof off the house for in terms of like profit, and clearly that's been sort of supported ever since because they're making all these other DC things, even despite like having sort of quote unquote relatively low sales returns.
Okay.
So to me, it's just like the quality of the stuff just hasn't been good. Like that, and that's the reason people don't care anymore. It's like, oh, it's been bad. Like it's the same thing that happened to Star Wars. Everything was bad. Stop giving a fuck.
That's fair. I'm gonna give you my lap too in a second. Let me just read the comments. Shout out to the X Snap. You played both Tokon and Avatar. Had much more fun with Avatar. That's what's up. I haven't watched anything this year. Got to go watch To Be Hero. I actually had a pretty decent watching year, and while I can't say I've only read 3 novels, what I can say is from a comic book standpoint, I'm kind of like I'm ending the year strong. I'm ending strong. And I had randomest spurts of wanting to read manga this year, like when I reread Zatch Bell, then the continuation, Gash Bell, sorry, and stuff like that. Like I don't know, it's just random. I reread all of Dragon Ball this year, so Spider-Man No Way Home gets carried by nostalgia. I don't even like that movie, to be honest. Everything else is meh. Too bad. I'm in the minority, but I like WandaVision and season 1 of Loki. I don't care about the rest. I haven't seen any of those. So the reason I say it too is because I'm watching the normies, if you will, right? Just kind of speak amongst themselves. And one thing that I feel like a lot of people are getting tired of is the concept of the multiverse. Now, multiverse stuff to me has existed since I can remember. So for me, it's not a new thing. But I think for a lot of people, the concept of a multiverse is about 6 years, like kind of new to them, kind of introduced with some MCU, but really like into the Spider-Verse stuff. And they seem to just be tired of all the versions of Doctor Strange and whoop-de-whoop, blah, blah, blah. So I was just wondering if it's because like superhero stuff have so many established common tropes and staples in them that people are just looking for something different, which is why they think something like The Boys is so cool and innovative because it's a deconstruction and yada yada, and it's like superheroes but they're kind of bad, and it's like, no, The Boys is ass. Okay, Boys not good. I don't know what the TV show is doing currently. I haven't watched it since season 2, but that graphic novel is terrible. So just like, I wonder what people are looking for. And then, do you know the premise of To Be Hero X? Have you watched it at all or paid any attention to it?
No.
So basically, like in this world, it's kind of like it's kind of governed by this really powerful social media social system, where it's like you're kind of powered by the people. So let's just say there was some event where, I don't know, there was a burning building, and I went in the building. And for some reason, the big picture takeaway after I saved all the people in the building was he's fireproof. He came outside and without a single burn on him. He fire can't hurt him. I will develop the ability to be immune to fire. So kind of what the people believe you can do, and what you can do is what power you get. And if people lose faith in you and stop believing that, you'll lose that ability. There was one guy called, I think it was Firm Man, and like he held up a burning building as a fireman, and people thought he was like unyielding and unrelenting, and he stands his ground no matter what. That nigga's quite literally he can't sit down, because the people believe that he's always like standing his ground, whatever. He can't sit. He's not allowed to sit down, Glam. He has to sleep standing up. Shit and piss. Like, it comes with cons too. Like, one guy is like, he's stoic and he doesn't talk, he doesn't say anything. He's just a cool, silent assassin. He cannot speak anymore. And I thought that was interesting. The stories also, it focuses on different characters like every 3 or 4 episodes, and then it kind of like culminates and comes together. So it's not told in chronological order, and I thought it was just like a refreshing way to look at it. Plus the animation style, the animation changing, and then like the twist at the end, the hero ranking system and stuff. I just think that maybe what people are looking for is just a fresh coat of paint, which is why I brought it up. Then Dispatch to me is more of the same, but for some reason it seems to have resonated with a regular audience. Though one thing I do see people praise is like did you know fucking YouTubers were in this?
Yeah.
Like,
Same with
Critical
Role is like
yeah.
literally partnered with it.
Yeah. So
Laura and Travis are, I think, Matt as
Moksha,
well.
Ghostblade,
all
yeah,
acting it.
no sitting. Think of idol culture, yeah. Introduces 5 versions of multiverse stuff, uses none of them. Oh, brother, I bitch about that all the time. Yeah. Some people are just really tired of multiverse stuff or like parallel universes and all that shit. So just like, I don't know. Just wanted to just kind of touch on that a little bit. Just be like, I don't know, people just tired of the same shit. So, because I actually did find To Be Hero X very refreshing. I was surprised I liked it that much. So, I don't know if you like it. I feel like you might be like, it started strong, but when we got to maybe some of the later stuff, it lost me a bit.
I think the only way I would like it is if I went exclusively the Blazer path, to be honest with you.
No, not even Dispatch. I'm talking about To Be Hero X. I don't think you'll like Dispatch, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't think you like it. I'm not even recommending that to you. Don't even bother.
Yeah.
Or just,
I mean, anime is just something that I'm just like.
It's not anime. It's not anime. It's from China.
It's China.
Danhua. The superior country of animation with the best movie of the year. Stop listening to Hey 2, baby. All right. If you're good on that topic, are you ready to get into the meat and potatoes?
Yeah.
You want to explain what we're doing to the people?
Okay. So if y'all remember the last time we fucking did a podcast, me and Naya had our whole what would we do to fix Marvel and DC in a holistic sense conversation. What we've done is that we've decided to focus. We're going to do this probably each time we have a podcast going into the future of addressing a character from Marvel and addressing a DC character one at a time for like a few years of their hero career. So for this one, we've got the 2 big boy mascots of each company. Spider-Man and Batman will be on the docket for this time. And me and Naya have, I don't know how many years he's put into both. I know he has more extensive notes on Bruce than he does Peter. I've got kind of the opposite, although I think I've condensed mine for Bruce a lot more than in terms of page count. But we'll be going over not every idea, but sort of ideas where we want to take them. We'll probably digress into specifics at some points, but we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, and we're doing this on the premise that we run it, right? You said that already.
Yeah, run it, write it, supervise it, whatever.
And we're doing like a weird like perfect world thing where like we're not particularly worried about profits now that we don't want it, but we're not thinking about the money. We're thinking about just general.
We are Elon Musk level rich, and we own Marvel Comics. Is basically the premise here.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna start with Spider.
I think it'd actually be a good idea to sort of lay down like our biggest issues with the characters right now.
Okay,
to
go
be
ahead.
honest with you. Yeah.
Well, Peter what are they doing with Peter? Like what?
Like if y'all have been reading Spider-Man comics since One More Day, it's just L after L after L after L after L. Like it just doesn't stop with this dude. Like he is. I've said this a couple times on other streams, and people just kind of like brush it off because like, oh, Spider-Man's my goat. But Peter Parker is a fucking loser of a human being and a hero in Marvel Comics right now. Like it is actually ridiculous how badly he's gotten hoed, and it's gotten to the point now where even his fans on Twitter are getting upset at it. Like that's how egregious it is.
Do you think it has anything to do with Miles becoming more popular in recent years, and it's kind of like let's push the minority character?
Because Peter's still like significantly more popular than him. Like it's by orders of magnitude too.
I don't know. I actually didn't know that for a fact. I would assume that because I always say
the only
Peter's
reason
my
Miles
Spider-Man.
even has any because the only reason Miles has any traction at all is because of the movies. His comics didn't sell like that. Like
I don't think
he was popular because he's Black Spider-Man, but that's
I
like
also don't think Bendis did the greatest job in hindsight introducing him back with 2008. I
No.
think he came out 2008, 2010
something like
maybe.
that. Yeah.
I didn't really like his run. I liked what Spider-Verse did a lot more with him. Granted, I wouldn't start him with a multiverse story, but yeah, like I liked his relationship with his mom much better, leading him more into the, like his because he's what the fuck is the actual term? What's wrong with me? Afro-Hispanic, whatever, Afro-Latina, whatever. Like he's
And
Spanish and
they
black.
usually emphasize the Latino a lot.
Yeah, like they emphasize both sides. His relationship with his dad to me is a lot better, more interesting. Except I'm cop, you do what I say, and uncle bad
Yeah.
guy. It's like Uncle Aaron was the prowler, but he still loved Miles. So like I do think they did a better job with it. What's up, KG? You guys, girl stolen. I think I talked with Glam about this before. While it's true for other characters, but Spider-Man suffers the most out of the format for Marvel and DC. We need to get our boy Peter right, man. So we're gonna do that today.
He can't keep a job. He has no friends, or he gaslights himself into thinking he has no friends. The women he picks are fucking trash over and over again, sometimes of his own making.
Yeah.
And like sometimes he can't even win fucking fights anymore without other people helping him. Like it's ridiculous.
Can I just ask you something real quick? Who are your top 3 Spider-Man? Or version of Spider-Man if you have one? If you
Particularly for me, that question is loaded because like die all of you is my main takeaway.
I don't like that spider totem shit. I don't like it. It's not fly to me.
Yeah.
Get that away from me. I don't know. I'm with you, but I've always liked Miguel. Miguel's my guy. I like Miguel.
I like the idea of Kane.
Okay.
But the execution has never been
Your favorite is
anything
Silk.
to write
To be
home
honest,
about.
you like Silk.
Get that bitch the fuck out of here, man. Please.
Oh my god. Just be like me. If you want to remain a Spider-Man fan, avoid all comics from that nigga that you can. Silk the Code. Oh my god. Talk heavy. She looked good though. Shout out to Spider-Woman. She looked good. Jessica. Hi.
Jessica, not even real. I don't even really consider Jessica even a part
I
of
don't
that,
either,
'cause
but
she's really not.
I know, but it's just like she looked good. I just want to say it.
That is true.
She got that backside. He needs to have a conclusion. Peter B. Parker, that's it. I actually like him in Spider-Verse. I like him. I enjoy him. My top 3 are Spider-Man, Peter Parker, and Ben clone. I don't know. I'm not that interesting as Peter Parker. I'll probably go Miguel and I guess Miles. I don't know. But I'm with you, like dead all of those versions. Get them out of here. Remove Silk and I don't know. I'm good.
You and I are also like very anti-legacy hero. Like which is not the case for a lot of people because they've been conditioned to like it.
That's true. But all right. What's the groundwork you need to lay out for like kind of year one?
You want to go first because I feel like you have much more general stuff, and then I can throw in my like list of specifics that I have for mine. If you want to do that, because then we can swap it for Batman. Because I'll probably be more generalized than you for that.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so hold on. Put the camera on me. Okay, so let me lay a little bit of groundwork. So we're doing 7 years. I kind of tried to structure it where each kind of title that I have would represent like if I dropped a volume or a compendium for the entire year of that Spider-Man. So my year 1 is called The Friendly Neighborhood Failure. So like
How old is he, by the way?
But when he gets his ability, I actually have him starting at 15. I think usually
same here.
he's usually
Same
16. Here. I have him 15.
I have it 15 and then nationally recognized at 17. That's the way I'm doing it.
Okay, nice. So like this year for me, it's about like the raw, painful, and often humiliating reality of being Spider-Man, kind of immediately following Uncle Ben's death, and then he's driven. Right, what I have him here is he's driven more by guilt than he is by heroism. But what I kind of wanted to start off with Peter is I know for like a lot of people this one might not be the most exciting, but I'm not having him jump into Spider-Man like immediately. I'm showing you Peter Parker's current life in high school, right? Now, here's something I want to ask you because I was contemplating this. I don't know. because the story is so well known, part of me was wondering how much emphasis I really wanted to put on Ben's death from the standpoint of, do I start with him with his story? I basically have two. Sorry, let me reframe this. The asshole Parker, 60s Parker.
Angsty, not asshole.
Yeah.
Because asshole kept him away from a lot of interactions that he should have been had until like 2004. Which that's one of the things I give Bendis credit for. Putting that man in the New Avengers was the correct decision.
Yes.
It was the correct move.
Here's what I was thinking. Like, I either somewhat because of like I would be worried that the audience wouldn't want to like slow walk IV drip to the point where he's Spider-Man. So I start with him where he's kind of Spider-Man. He has maybe the suit he wants, and then I flash back, right? Or I start with him with no powers into Spider-Man and losing Ben. I haven't necessarily decided what I'm going to do. Which one would you think would stick better, though?
I would likely just do straight into it with Ben, although I've considered emphasizing what makes Ben's relationship in particular to Peter so important.
Okay.
And maybe juxtapose that with him never knowing who his real parents are.
Okay.
Um,
So I'll go.
but that would be the most I would do.
Okay, so I'll use that route then, right? So he's a very, very brilliant teenager. Obviously, he's very good at making stuff. He's smart.
One of the 10 smartest people on the planet.
Yes,
mind you.
he has a love for science, but Peter is nerdy. Peter gets bullied. I have the Flash Thompson, getting on his ass, getting bullied at school. Girls not really paying him any mind or any attention. Him being a little awkward, shy, a little more withdrawn. But in like the right scenario, like maybe when he's like dumpster diving, I'm gonna have him do that too, like finding like stuff from the junkyard. And
Oh, yeah,
stuff,
he's
just
not getting a
build-
suit until the end of year 1 for me.
Yeah,
I'll tell
okay.
you that right now.
Yeah. What did you say? A lot of Spider-Man shows, movies have skipped the starting portion because it's so well known. It's almost better to just start from zero nowadays. That's kind of what I was thinking. Cause like I'll just real quick. One thing I do love about BVS is the quick montage of Batman losing his parents. Like I thought that was done like perfectly well, perfectly paced, which is showing us enough because we already know what happens to his parents in the alley. So I was wondering, kind of starting there and just being like, maybe when I need to flashback. But I'm gonna do it how I would like to do it, which is almost like I say Smallville, but my point is just like you're learning your powers, you get your powers, and you slowly transition into the hero that you are. But okay, so the key relationships I want to highlight is Aunt May. Ben, I'm gonna have his first crush actually be Betty Brant. I'm not rushing into Gwen. I thought about saving Gwen for college, but I'm saving Gwen for his senior year in high school. So when he's 18, fourth year, 12th grader. And I actually want to start his relationship with Jonah Jameson. I am gonna actually have him start working part-time as a photographer for the Daily Bugle pretty early, because what I want to have is Ben is working a really like hard dead-end job, and Aunt May takes care of the house, but it's a struggle. Like they're barely meeting ends meet, and Peter wants to help.
I agree with this too, because I think it's good to have Peter in the Bugle, but not be like the Spider-Man guy that he becomes later, where he's like Pulitzer-winning photographer at certain points. Like, you have to build up to that. And I also agree with Nia with keeping him in that neighborhood setting too, because you need to have lower level threats that reflect that, and then allow you to like move through the high school stuff without it being Green Goblin invades my locker room and blows up the gymnasium right off rip. So like, to me, one thing I also want to emphasize as well is because when Nia said Betty Brant, I'm doing a similar thing where I'm not rushing into Gwen, but I'm doing Liz Allen because that is more like known in that high school setting. Because I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Betty Brant works at the Bugle and gets with Ned Leeds.
I think that's right.
In the source material, I believe so.
I'm aging her down. I think she's older. I'm having her be a year older than him and not go. Basically, my thought process was he's not. I don't want to say he's faking, but because she doesn't know him from school, he could have a fresh identity in the Daily Bugle. So she kind of meets him on his level, not like the nerd who gets bullied, and then that's how their relationship can kind of start to form. I'm not saying he gets with her. That's just his first crush, kind of thing, or the first girl
Yeah.
that maybe paid him any mind. So that's kind of what I'm doing, with that. Again, concerned, and financially struggling. Yeah, Peter's helping out Aunt May and Ben, and I want to have them have a lot of moments of them showing faith in Peter, belief in Peter. I actually do want Peter and Ben to have a fight before he dies. And the what I came up with, I have a multitude of things. You have to remember I kept stuff more general, and I feel like I'm actually getting a lot more specific than I wanted to, but it is what it is. I actually kind of want Ben to maybe lose his job, and Peter is taking on kind of man of the house things just a little bit. Like he's not making enough, whatever, and Ben's like doing odd jobs here and there, but it's just kind of like the male ego a little bit. And it's not that they hate each other or anything. They're just testosterone is clashing. You're a teenager. You're trying to help. Ben is more like, no, focus on school. Focus on this. Don't worry about that. I'll figure it out. We'll be okay. Maybe Aunt May will get a job. Oh, I wanted Aunt May to have a small disability. Nothing crazy, like maybe her hand shakes, she can't really hold things, something like that. So like it make it harder for her to work. I still do want her to get her to do like some charity stuff later. But one of the main reasons why she's not working is because so Peter's like, you can't have Aunt May work. You know about her condition. And after that blow up is kind of the like where Peter like, whether you want to use Sandman, whether you want to use whoever the case may be. I haven't decided who.
I probably just be some regular.
I
goon.
want it to
I
be
think
a
it's better
regular
that
random
way.
person. I don't want it to be a well-known hero or well-known character in his mythos. And then that's the night where.
And it can be a guy he catches and like he knows. It's not like a Joe Chill situation with Batman.
Having the male fantasy of becoming a superhuman and getting hit by tragedy, then working a real job on the JJ of all people, trying your best to deal with the situation is perfect way to show a small cycle of what Spider-Man story is about. Let it be Joe Chill, damn it. No. I like the idea of Ben being a more natural, kind-hearted man than teenage Peter, and that leading to conflict, like Ben getting fired because he refused something bad. That's a good idea. I don't dislike that. Like, you don't want Ben's killer to be the Green Goblin under 5 masks? No, I don't.
If only type shit.
No, I don't want that. Yeah. Now here's something interesting that I'm gonna do. I do want Peter to meet Ben on his death door and get like the whole responsibility thing. I thought about having Aunt May actually say it to him instead, just to kind of play with your foreknowledge a little bit. I might do that. But I actually have Ben dying before he gets his abilities.
Sure.
I know that's controversial. I don't know if that's.
I don't really know if it really matters, to be honest.
Okay,
it's
that's fair.
Just like pick your poison or not pick your poison. Like it's just your choice, basically.
That's fair. So at that point, I have the guilt and angered Peter. Right, he's reluctantly at school after a while, and then the field trip happens. They go to Oscorp. I kept it. I don't want to get cute with this. They go to
You having Harry in high school, by the way, off rip, just to make the best friend thing actually make sense.
No, I have Harry in a much more higher like echelon rich people school, but him and Peter are friends, and Peter goes to his house a lot, and Harry also comes over to Aunt May's house a lot too, so they hang on a lot. But
I had it in I believe it was like him and Harry are in the same school, but because Norman was trying to be like, you're going to be down with the regular person to understand like how this shit works normally.
Okay, like okay. Actually, I don't dislike that, but I'm not going to steal it because I didn't go that route.
I characterize as Norman more, which is what I care about. I care about characterizing Norman way more than I care about characterizing
Harry. I'm with you. Okay, that's interesting. Would I introduce Daredevil in this story? Not nearly this early for me.
Yeah, he'd be there in the early years of heroing for sure, because Matt and Peter are boys. Like that's a very underrated.
And they New York niggas. They New York niggas.
Yes,
but
I'm prioritizing 2 relationships with other heroes that Peter has above Daredevil. But we can get to that later.
So I can wrap up year 1 because I actually feel I've been yapping too long, right? After he gets this, he makes the very janky, terrible outfits and makeshift pajamas. He has not at all completed the design for Spider-Man yet, and he's only local. he's pretty much staying within his neighborhood or around his school grounds. And I actually don't have him fighting anybody known. He's doing low level street crime stuff. A purse snatcher here, a jewelry store robber here. I don't know, somebody stealing from the bank or whatever. But
I
remember,
got villains for the first year, but
hold
they're
on,
all
hold on,
like,
hold on. I'm gonna end it.
Yeah,
with,
yeah.
I'm gonna
Oh, go
end.
ahead.
I'm gonna
Yeah, go
end
ahead,
the
go ahead.
year with one.
Yeah.
But let me get there.
Okay.
I'm focusing with street level crooks for now, but he's operating on guilt and anger more than heroism right now. To the point you could argue, and maybe when people are like, who was this mass whatever, and like the kind of media starts to pick it up a little bit. Another side tangent, sorry. I don't know how much I really want to go into like social media stuff. I almost want to keep it classic newspaper and TV. I really don't want to
The
get to
time
Twitter.
period I have for all of this stuff is like early 2010s, because I
Okay.
think that's the best of both worlds.
Okay. But yeah, he's not operating on heroism. So some people think he's doing good for the neighborhood. Again, he's still there. But he's making mistakes. He's making a lot of rookie mistakes. Like he hasn't fully understood his strength yet, to the point where maybe he's broken some bones. His web shooting is faulty sometimes, and like he like falls a lot. Like I want to have him improve over the years. So I have him making small mistakes and everything of the sort. And then I do want him to meet Kurt Connors here during this time. I don't want to get anything crazy yet, but I want to end the year with the Vulture. I want him to meet the Vulture at the end of the year.
Okay, I'll give my villains. I want to actually answer something that Bao asked. What's the reasoning behind disliking Ben's killer being a well-known character? It just there's a certain point, Bao, where things become too interconnected, to where things that should be coincidence or things that are not like related in like a personal animosity between the main character and a villain don't need to necessarily be there. Like imagine if Thomas and Martha were murdered by Ra's al Ghul. Like how would you even feel about that? Like him just disguised as like some crook and he just fucking murders them. Like it's the same thing of like, this is ridiculous. We don't need this here. There's things where like in smaller doses things can be better.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm keeping year one simple. Go ahead, Glenn.
Yeah, I am too. The most that I'm doing is street level, but I want, because one thing that I think is underrated with Peter is that people think about like the big solo villains a lot in New York, but Spider-Man does deal with a lot of organized crime, but in ways that like a person that's not a detective or not engaged with sort of the noir grimy elements are.
No, that's
fair.
So
for me, first year villains I have are Hammerhead, Montana, Fancy Dan, and Ox. So basically, the Enforcers. All of those are being paired with the Big Man, which if people have read '60s Spider-Man, you'll know who the fuck the Big Man is. And then the only like super villain I'd had at the end of the year is Chameleon, because I think having Chameleon is low key enough to where it's not like Spider-Man's fighting the Vulture in the middle of Times Square. But it's also something that can sort of build him into S.H.I.E.L.D. knows who this dude is, because Chameleon's like an international terrorist.
I actually
Craven's
have him beating
them.
the Vulture and not really getting any credit for it. And I was thinking of having like some other hero on the way there because they knew something was happening and witnessing him, and then keeping an eye on Peter for a little bit. But we'll
yeah, because I'm getting the S.H.I.E.L.D. like notice on Peter quick, because I like the idea of the Fury, like, oh, I know who this dude is, but I'm not going to say anything to anybody because I like what he's about. Basically, I like that perspective that he can have with Spider-Man in particular. But that's the most I do for year one. Because with year two, I want to bring in like magia stuff a little bit.
Okay.
Because one thing I think, because we can just sort of just keep going here in terms of just like general ideas.
Yeah. Let's do that way.
I like the idea of Peter sort of, maybe not Peter Parker, but Spider-Man having sort of a respectful, antagonistic / kind of friendly relationship with a guy like Silvermane. Like an old grizzled mob boss who's like used to doing things a certain way before all this new shit comes in. And Peter's like this impressionable kid who is ideologically opposed to him, but they can have sort of like that dialogue against each other. I think is really interesting, especially coming off of Uncle Ben's death, because that'd be another man around his age or even older that's a different perspective than Uncle Ben.
That's interesting. I like it.
And Spider-Man is one of those characters where he is empathetic and personable, even with the villains that he gets up against. He's very much like Wally West's Flash in that way. So I think, at least in the way it's depicted in like shows like Justice League Unlimited, for instance. So I think having that dynamic is way better in terms of his early years, because then that can start to inform how he feels about guys like Octavius or Osborn, or even like Electro or Venoms and stuff like that. So that's one of those things that I want in there. Again, it keeps it still low key. He's dealing with like regular organized crime and stuff, but that's the way I would do it. But at the end of that second year, though, then I'm getting Vulture in, and that's when cameras start to get on this guy. Is the way I would do it. Because to me, Vulture's powers are too like he's flying around at high speeds, shooting shit out of his fucking wings and shit. Like, get that man in a plaza somewhere with people around, so people can see like Spider-Man working him. That's the way I feel about that.
Okay. Are y'all gonna cook with the Goat Flash? We're not doing Flash
I haven't even
today.
thought about that brother yet. I haven't even thought about that brother yet.
I think what we want to do is end every episode doing like one from Marvel, one from DC, and today we chose Batman and Spider-Man. I think, what do we say for the next one? Superman and
Iron Man.
For the next two. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Because this is one of these things with these ideas that me and I have to think about, is like how events from other ideas we're working with play into characters we've already talked about. Like, because for me, and the way I like Marvel, in order to justify people hating mutants the way they do, the first superpowered anything that can be on TV is a mutant doing some fuck shit before anything else can happen. So that's how you make in the bigotry actually makes sense. And then so I would do mutant fuck shit, then Hulk becomes a thing, and people learn about that. And then you're like, are all people with abilities sort of like evil and not good? Then you would have Iron Man come in. It's like, oh, it's just a dude in a suit. Like, oh, he's different. And then I would do Spider-Man after that as terms of like public eye stuff. Because it's like, oh, this is a hero with powers. How do we sort of feel about that? And that's how you can make J. Jonah come in and justify him being like, he's a fucking menace. Don't trust this rat. Like, so it just actually makes sense in terms of the overall world building. So that's stuff we have to think about, and why we like DC has that too in different ways. Yeah. So that's why we can't just be like, let's talk about Flash like right now. It's like no. There's other things we have to handle.
So for actually year 2 and 3, which is going to focus on his
the big villain build up. I'd probably say for both
is
of us
junior
right
third
now.
year? Is it junior second year? Sophomore and junior year?
I had him as
no. I'm just saying. Like now he's like 16, 17. Like, so this is right before his like final year.
I had him graduating high school at the end of his second year. That's what
I have. I have at the end of the third year. Like at the end of the third year, he's going to Empire State University. But what I am focusing on with this year for the most part are his scientific mentorships, because he's getting great grades and he's starting to get like critical acclaim in the academic community, the scientific community, which is getting him invited into like, I'm gonna say, higher academic learning kind of situations and mentorships and whatnot. And I had mentioned the Kurt Connors thing, right? He bonds with Kurt and eventually Octavius, just through the brilliance of science and wanting to learn more science. And then, you talk about him being personable, them actually liking Peter and thinking Peter's a good kid, and Peter slowly moving from acting on guilt and anger to what happened to Ben to acting on heroism and wanting to do what he believes is truly right. Like, he's just like, and a big thing I really want to focus on is the balance between Spider-Man and Peter Parker. Like, he's still doing well in school, but his attendance is starting to slip a little bit because he's showing up a little late now. He's missing some classes because he's showing up sometimes with a bruised face, a little beat up. So I want to juggle everything. Working at the Daily Planet part-time, Daily Bugle part-time, being Spider-Man, and then being Peter Parker.
One thing I think is important is, what does getting slandered by J. Jonah like feel like at that point? Because a lot of later stage Peter, like, he's just sort of grown numb to it.
Yeah, because
he's just like, fuck you, dude.
By the way, I called year 2 and 3 a college conflict and the cost of love. By
Yeah, because for me, the main emphasis in year two would be him learning what with great power comes great responsibility actually means.
Mm-hmm.
Because at this point, he's full bore into being Spider-Man in year two. So learning what that actually means in every aspect of life beyond just like needing to sort of save the day because you have the ability to do so
Mm-hmm.
is something I would emphasize more than anything else in that second year.
I'm not mad at it.
Because that plays into the balancing of like your personal life. And especially as like threats keep getting bigger, which is what we're going to keep doing. Especially in year three for me is when the villain count just explodes. Like I'm just like we're just throwing the whole fucking kitchen at this idiot at this
I
point.
got, I got, I what else wrong with my brain? I got Lizard, for sure, for year two.
I
Um,
got
Go ahead.
I have Electro, Doctor Octopus, Craven, Sandman, Rhino, Scorpion all in 1 year.
I have Doc Ock I have Doc Ock as well for like year three and whatnot, and then I got this is when I brought Hammerhead in
Yeah.
personally with a lot of mob ties because one thing I want to emphasize too is just like he's juggling like physics.
Oh, and I got
chemistry.
Tombstone in there too.
He's
I forgot.
and with his understanding of physics and chemistry increasing, he's refining his tech and web fluid and making it better, stronger, and different ways he can apply it, and also starting to carry.
Yep.
What problem we have with year one is he would run out and not have any, and now he's carrying extra cartridges if he has to switch out, stuff like that, and
Yep.
becoming more tactically aware. And I have him actually developing his proper first initial Spider-Man outfit and suit that maximizes, the adhesiveness of his hands and his feet and all of those things, and him truly understanding his spidey senses. I also have a bunch of like small moments and jokes and things that I want to like emphasize, like him taking no more shit from Flash Thompson.
Yep.
Like one time he just catches the punch and like kind of almost out of just like frustration throws him into the locker and dents it a little bit and badly hurts him. And he realizes that he has to control his anger way better than the average person. And I have a funny moment. I just want to have like a funny moment where Aunt May gets really mad at him to the point where it activates his spider sense and he runs out the house. It's like
Yeah.
just to like keep things in line with the tone of him and whatever. His relationship with Gwen Stacy here starts to develop more.
Yep.
And I have
Yeah,
him
because
and
in year three I have Connors and Gwen.
I have
too.
him and Harry talking a lot more, and obviously you're gonna see Norman Osborn coming. Oh, Peter, how's school going? Oh, science, yes, indeed, indubitably.
This
And
is one thing
and I have
go
Harry
ahead.
Harry kind of like Harry's not a bad kid or doing anything wrong, but he's fucking up in certain ways, and Harry's
I will
starting
include
to
the mental
feel
instability for him.
Yeah,
For
I'm
sure.
having Harry slowly build a little bit of resentment for the way he feels that Norman cheats Peter as opposed to him. Go ahead.
Yeah. One thing for me is this is where I wanted to try and build in reasons to what, because I'm not going to have Harry be a villain
He's not going to
per
be.
se.
He's not becoming the Green
Yeah.
Goblin.
Yeah, something will happen with him that makes him like gets him out of the picture. But Norman Osborn's the Green Goblin. For me to sort of bridge that gap between like best friends for Peter and stuff, because I want that relationship to sort of drift away at a certain point, which is why once Peter gets to college, I want him to be roommates with Human Torch. And because that is like Peter and Johnny are BFFs, but it's weirdly underutilized in Marvel. And even with the Fantastic Four, like all being intelligent and like getting into space and stuff, like Johnny's a guy to me where he's only on that ship because he's Sue's brother and he's like the kid that comes along because he knows how to like do certain like engineering based things, but he's not like in college when the Fantastic Four get their powers, or like maybe he just started. But I want Peter and Johnny to be like around each other, and for like basically like Peter knows, like everybody knows at the college that Johnny's the Human fucking Torch. Like when he's in the classes. But Johnny doesn't know his roommate is Spider-Man. But they'll become friends in their hero identities, and eventually Peter will tell him that he's Spider-Man.
Okay.
Is Johnny that young? Yes. In many cases he is.
Mm-hmm.
He would be older. I think he'd be older than Peter in my version, but only by a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. And the other thing too is during that year three time, because this again, I wanted to, Spider-Man's main relationships that you need to emphasize to me are his relationship with the Fantastic Four, obviously, but also his relationship with the X-Men, and particularly like certain people in it. For me, there's 4 that are like the most important:
Logan.
Wolverine, Iceman, Kitty Pryde, and because of my own little reasons of being of fixing certain relationships in Marvel, the 4th one would be Jean Grey for me.
I thought you were gonna say Beast.
No.
You said I ain't ever hear Glam cook like this much in a minute. Chill. By the way, I have Mysterio as well because I want Mysterio to be theatrical, psychological warfare that exploits his self-doubt and his guilt, and him overcoming that is the moment where it's like, it's not to say that he's not acting more as heroism, but him overcoming that psychological warfare kind of solidifies like, yo, I'm a good guy, I'm a hero, I'm here to do what's right and everything. But I also have at the end of the 3rd year, Gwen is going to die, but I have Captain Stacy dying first. So
I do too. I actually have it being as like a sort of Peter meets Captain Stacy in his first year.
mm-hmm.
He hasn't even met Gwen at this point. He doesn't even know who Captain Stacy is. But he like develops this like dynamic with this cop that he doesn't really know the name of.
Yeah.
And then like the mafia shit will kill Stacy in a moment where like it's part of Peter's carelessness, like biting him in the ass because he didn't like go back and check to see if this dude was going to be okay. Like the scene of that's something I want to do because then it would inform his dynamic with Gwen a little bit too. Because like, oh shit, this is the daughter of the dude I knew who died.
Yeah.
Like that's some.
That's interesting to do it that way. I do have them already knowing each other, even though it's like not the it's like a friendship, but not like a crazy one. Like they're cool, but it develops more because they end up going to the same college. But let's go to your. Are you ready to go to year 4?
Yeah.
What you got? So I'm calling year 4 Lost, Darkness, and Recovery.
I mean, okay, so let me look at here. Where
and I have Gwen Stacy dying pretty like within 4 months of Captain Stacy.
So this is year 4 for me is like mostly positive until the very end for him because this is like him and Gwen are like
I have it starting a little hard, but yeah, I reversed it.
Him and Gwen are locked in for me at this point.
Okay.
At year 4. What are the new things? Aunt May's gonna get highlighted more at this point because like now like she needs to get sort of looped into the story more because there's a lot of sort of setup you do without her being there for me.
Yeah.
Lots of team up stuff. Daredevil comes in at this point. Iron Man, I'd say, meets Spider-Man at this point too, just for a little bit.
Oh, I forgot to mention, sorry, in year 2 and 3 that Daredevil and Spider-Man have been teaming up occasionally and whatnot.
Yeah.
And the person that, quote unquote, I know I'm going to use the word witnessed, but witnessed his fight with the Vulture was Matt.
Was there? Yeah. So I'd also say, in terms of so there'd be team ups with the Fantastic Four and just with Human Torch for me too. Same with the X-Men. It'd be one with like a bigger one, like Brotherhood is pulling up on Peter's turf, so he teams up with a couple of them to like beat the Brotherhood out of this area.
I have
but
X-Men then the one F4 stuff this year, no Avenger stuff yet, for real.
The main thing I want to do with the X-Men is again prioritize it. Spider-Man's relationship with Wolverine is very important to me because if you've read a lot of comics, Logan's the dude who usually in most cases with Peter is sort of either an outlet for emotions or the guy to tell him a truth that nobody else is willing to tell him because he's very brusque and he's not one to sort of pull his punches with Peter. I gotta check hold on, I gotta read through this because this is very in-depth on my end.
I also don't know
Molten Man. I got in here too. I got Molten Man in here. Oh, Mysterio, Goblin, Lizard come in this year for me. Okay. And it's early Green Goblin where you don't know that it's Norman Osborn at first. And he's just like some freak.
Yeah, I have Green Goblin being the reason that Gwen dies this year. So
same. Yeah. Same. At the end of the very end of the year will be.
I have Electro.
Gwen's death.
Rhino. I have him meeting Felicia.
She and MJ come later for me. Yeah.
I actually have MJ coming this year, but their relationship doesn't really start to develop until the next year. But I have them like meeting, knowing each other, and being aware of each other's existence at this point, kind of thing. But nothing crazy.
Oh,
I also
okay,
have Harry kind of like I called it Harry Bourne's Descent. I'm not sure why I did that sounds way too way too like sinister, so to speak. Sinister 6, but it's more so that he knows Peter's lying to him about something, and he's getting more frustrated with his father because his father's lying to him about something and how his father quote unquote treats Peter, and their friendship gets tested.
Yeah.
So I have that because I think one thing that I really like, that I really miss a lot about a lot of comic books, but I feel like it's very important for certain characters like Peter, is I care about his normal life. I don't just care about the superhero shit. I do care about Peter's relationship, his life, what's going on with his family and his friends and things like that, where sometimes I feel like some of these things focus more on the superhero aspect and the superhero and supervillain dynamics and interpersonal relationships, but not the human side of it. So I always want to make that be something that's spotlighted, that's highlighted. So
Yeah. I also have a similar thing going on with Harry too. I should say, and also with Goblin sort of getting Gwen out of here, I also the Sinister. I've upped the number. I know Sinister 6 sounds better, but I'm going Sinister 7. Just
it's
totally
still
because
it's still
Yeah.
it's still a double
Yeah.
alliteration. Oh, that's a double
because I like the dynamic of powers with 7 more. And to me, Peter should lose that first. So what I did is that Octavius is like, okay, I'm gonna get this group together to fuck this idiot up. Then all of them can't agree on fighting him as a team. So Octavius is like, okay, cool. We'll do the gauntlet strat where they fight him one after another, after another, after another. And they lose those because they can't beat him 1v1, even while exhausting him. Then Octavius is like, okay, are you guys going to lock in and do what I say now? It's like, okay, fine. Then they team up and they beat his ass as a unit. And he's only able to get out because Wolverine saves him.
Okay.
Is what I would do with it. So then he spends like a period of time with the X-Men. And this is like a substantial period of time where it's like a month or maybe even or maybe not a month, but like a few weeks. And Logan's like, if you want to be able to beat these guys, even on your own, which is not really possible because I try to power scale it accurately, you're going to need a bit more training. So you're going to see Spider-Man in the danger room a little bit for me. And then when he goes back to fight the Sinister 7, he's going to have a couple of the X-Men with him. I think it was only like... Jean, Bobby, Kurt. And this is a very early Jean, so Jean's not just going to solo all of them without like any sort of issues at all. So it's going to be like it's version of Jean where she has to put her fingers through her head. So like that level of what we're talking about. And it'll be sort of a team fight at that point.
I have this written here, and I'm trying to remember what exactly I was thinking. But I actually have him and Luke Cage teaming up too.
What the hell?
And I'm trying to remember
why this happened.
I'm trying to remember why I did that. Why did I do that? I know like I know I want a lot of the New York heroes to be close. I know he's like Harlem, whatever, but why do I have Power Man here? I'm removing that.
Yeah. I also say at this time in which he's staying with the X-Men, I want Peter to start developing a relationship with Charles too. Because I actually do think because one thing that's important, this again the tangent, important with Xavier to me is that he's not so mutant centric like Magneto is, so he like has relationships with people that are normal, so he can. So I think that's important for this context. Okay. Then I'll say this is the year where he starts revealing secret ID to people. So like Johnny would know who he is, Wolverine learns who he is because of smell. And then Gwen knows who he is.
I have Aunt May. I have Aunt May knowing, but like Peter hasn't told her yet, and she hasn't said anything. But at this point she knows.
I have it just like he and she doesn't know, just because I feel like it's like maybe a little bit later I would do it. I don't know. I haven't really thought about that part that far. But
who's his final villain for year 4?
Oh, Goblin. Because right after Gwen knows who Peter is, that's when Goblin's gonna smoke her.
Okay.
For me.
I have the same
so
thing.
He has this big, huge moment, and then he immediately comes crashing fucking down. That's the way I'm doing it.
I have the same thing, but I have the year like truly like it ends with him like going to jail for now or whatever, like locked up in what the fuck is it called? Just I can't remember right now. What the fuck is the super jail called?
Rikers Island or Rikers Island rather?
Yeah, Rikers, right? But Who I actually really want to introduce at the very end, who's going to bleed into the next year, is Mr. Lee. That's Lee, Mr. Negative.
Negative Man?
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Negative?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I say for me, the person that's like that in this year is Kingpin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kingpin stuff I have Spider-Man like dealing with, but I kept it more like Daredevil,
It's more Daredevil for me,
esque,
too,
but Peter will like help and like obviously
Peter's
it's
in
New
it for
York.
a
Yeah,
lot
yeah.
of it.
Yeah. Are you gonna expound more of the spider experiment that gave Peter his powers? What do you mean like expound upon it? Like go back to like exactly like the chemical what happened like bitten by a radioactive common house spider kind of thing? Is that what you mean?
Figured it out.
Because what I want to have Peter do, like, sorry, I'm ready for year 5. Are you ready for year 5?
Yeah.
By this point, he has.
Oh, my year 5 starts out with a banger, boy. I'll tell you what.
I have him. I'm saying one of the things I have him doing a lot this year is he actually has a lot of gadgets now, like his
Spider Tracer.
Yeah, like or like he throws like the little small ball that will just completely wrap you in webs and like the little like crawlers and stuff. Like he's starting because he's getting so much more brilliant. He's in college. His chemistry and physics understanding is so much higher than it was before. His tech and technology and suits are becoming more upgraded, and he's accounting for more situations where he might need like a little drone or something of the sort. So he has those with him. I don't have the experiment necessarily being expounded upon. Like when I explain it, like when it happens, I'm just gonna go all the way in and like explain it and not really come back.
It's just Oscorp messing around with shit that they shouldn't have done.
And I'm not doing any freaky shit like it also bites Cindy. I'm not doing Silk.
No. Yeah,
no. I'm not.
Sorry, Beth. Hold that, buddy.
I'm not doing it. There's no Cindy Moon. Is that his name? Moon. We're not.
Yeah, Cindy Moon.
Yeah, we're not doing that. But yeah, start. Talk to me. Year 5.
So
year 5 is Sinister 6 for me.
Okay, yeah. Year 5 is this is the crash out year. Cause Gwen's already dead. So Goblin's killed her and he knows it. After Goblin kills her, Goblin's ass is like, I'm going to hiding, bitch. You ain't getting me. So that's where Peter invents the Spider Tracer for me. It's just like to hunt this idiot down. When he actually gets his hands on him, he at this time has like not left the suit. He's been doing nothing in college, not talking to anybody. Mm-hmm. He's just been solely looking for Green Goblin. Okay. And these two have a fight in the middle of New York that is like, it would make people that dislike the end of Man of Steel get upset. Because Peter is pissed, boy, and he is not holding back. And people forget, Green Goblin is a tanky motherfucker when he wants to be. Like, he actually has a lot of, like, superhuman strength and speed along with the other gadgets and explosives that he has. Mm-hmm. So they'd be, like, tearing through New York. And eventually Peter's, like, got him on the ground, like nearly about to kill him. Then he sees there's a crowd of people with cameras, like, holy shit, what is Spider-Man going to do? And he's already unmasked Goblin as Norman Osborn at this point. Because at this point, he would have known it was Norman Osborn until now he finally unmasked him.
Like, he wants to destroy him physically and destroy his life. Like, look,
yeah, and he sees Harry's there, and he's like, fuck. And he can't kill him. Mm. So then he spends like 2 to 3 weeks not saying anything to anybody except Aunt May. Including Johnny, he hasn't said anything to. Mm. And by the end of this sort of period of like not knowing what to do with, actually, is it weeks or days? Whatever, it's something like that. Hold on, let me find it.
I forgot to mention this.
3 days. 3 days. 3 days is what I had.
He stops going to college after Gwen's death, but I have him coming back year 5.
Yeah, there'd be like, when Gwen's death happens in his personal life, to me it'd be college leave. And also bugle leave, so we can give some humanity to Jonah. Because, like, I get it, man. Like, that's your girl. Like, I'm not going to fucking... So, because, again, people sort of... We turn J. Jonah Jameson to, like, this monster a lot. Like, J. Jonah Jameson's just, like, low-key, just, like, a racist man. Like, he could still sort of have, like, normal, empathetic qualities to the non-superpowered
He has protected Spider-Man on many occasions, so... Like,
yes.
He's misunderstood. I get it, Mimi, jokes, agenda, but he's misunderstood.
Yeah. Plus, like, like, fuck the mutants. But even he's not like Senator Kelly or something like that. Like, he's just mistrustful of everything. Because he even throws slander Iron Man's way, if I recall. Like, he slanders everybody with powers. He's like, fuck that shit. But anyway,
So then it's a 3-day period after this fight happens. By the end of it, I'm going to give Spider-Man a contemplating let's deal with suicide arc at this point.
Mhm.
And the person that's going to pull him out of it is Wolverine. Because Wolverine at this time in my head would be in Madripoor, so he wouldn't have been in the city to help stop this.
Mhm.
And he sees it on TV. He's like, "Oh fuck!" And then he's like, "I gotta get on a fucking plane and get my ass back to New York." And he tracks this dude down, the scent of smell, and then so then we get Angry Peter throwing hands with Wolverine.
Mhm.
And to a certain extent, like Peter's sort of like, because he's not used to going all out. Because I am having like the nerf style where he's not used to going all out, so it's like he exhausts himself really quickly
Mhm.
trying to like do that more than once. And Wolverine's like, "You ain't beating me, kid," and you're gonna have to fuck it. Like all like the sort of like Wolverine's gonna pull him out of it, but some of that's gonna be words, some of it's gonna be actions, and then after that point, he's gonna start like having a more relaxed year. But he is gonna have to have some moments of conflict with Johnny, and Fantastic Four are going to spend some time with him, where this will be his time where his relationship with Johnny then expands to the rest of the Richards sort of family, to where like Sue starts helping him, and Ben starts like those two in particular, actually all of them. Like Reed's like, "Hey, let me help you with the scientist shit." Sue's just like, Sue, we all know Susan Storm. She's a good woman, okay?
Mhm.
So she's gonna help this brother out whenever she can. And of course, Benjamin Grimm, the goat, the greatest of all time for being friends with other Marvel characters, is gonna do his Jewish thing with this man. Like he's gonna cook with Peter. So that's the way I have it
Don't
going.
get the ADL on me.
Yeah, but that's where I'm having it at that point. I'll do the rest of year 5 once I reread these notes in a second.
Mhm.
I'll let Naya go for a little bit.
Yeah, so this is like his road to recovery. I have him. Sorry, so he returns to college. He's more focused. He's more mature.
Oh, Daredevil's a little bit in that too.
Yes, he begins to accept the loss of Gwen, and he starts to channel his energy into rebuilding his life. And this is when he starts to develop like an actual like a like for MJ, and they start to talk and hang out more. But MJ, I'm keeping MJ like kind of the original MJ, where she'd kind of fuck around. She was kind of for the streets.
Party girl MJ.
Yeah, like kind of for the streets. So like there's like a frustration there, but where he's like, okay, I'm just gonna be candid. His outlet is gonna be Felicia Hardy. So Black Cat and him at this point have their like more like their little flirty femme fatale. Felicia, you can't steal, but like they're flirting hard, and that's kind of like, you know what I mean. He's still working a lot in Hell's Kitchen with Daredevil and whatnot, and this is when I have the Sinister Six coming through, and I did what you did, where he does lose the first time, but this is where he learns that Aunt May knows about it, because when he wakes up, he's actually not in the hospital, he's at home. Who I have saving him is Luke and Daredevil. They were doing their own thing. I think I remember why I had Luke Cage
Memphis at this time, or is it's just Luke, or is it
Luke and Daredevil saved him.
Okay, so it's not Heroes for Hire Luke yet.
No, they fled. They fled for the time being, and like when he wakes up, like he's like kind of in his suit, and Aunt May's like treating him, nursing him. He's like, "I've known for a long time." They have to talk. He's like, "I'm so sorry. I didn't want you to know," or whatever the case may be. And by the way, I don't have Craven as part of the 6.
Neither do I.
I have Lee there.
Even with the 7, I don't have him in there.
Okay, I have him coming later. I want him to kind of be one of the, because by the way, I forgot to say this. I'm kind of doing this in a way where like it ends, not that it just continuously loops or resets or reboots. I'm trying to kind of go into a conclusion, so to speak.
Because I think both of us are like
MJ. Yes.
Each of us are like, each individual will have their end that's tied into like the bigger verse end that we have planned.
I like that KG, that maybe his opinion on her changes because he's like, oh, she's just for the streets, but then maybe like talks to her more and finds out there's more to her. I can add that to it. But what's like my before the Sinister Six, because that's like the end, right? Because he's going to beat Mr. Negative once, and they're going to escape from. Why do I keep wanting to say Alcatraz? What's wrong with me? But
Rikers Island.
Rikers Island is. I want Lee to be the first person that puts Aunt May in danger. Lee figures out who Spider-Man is, but he's not really interested in ruining Peter's life, but he wants him out the way. So he kidnaps Aunt May, and that's going to kind of be the final arc that leads into the Sinister Six. And this is where he like starts to like be a little bit more. See, I'm not doing the thing where he just unmasks himself to anybody. I actually have him becoming a bit more wary about who knows. Even though that wasn't something he revealed to her, she just figured it out because like
to me it would be a case of where he's already like told other heroes that in addition to Gwen. It hadn't been like a normal person he had told before he had told Gwen, and then it will reel in once Gwen dies. But like other heroes, like specifically like X-Men, Fantastic Four people.
And while Eddie Brock exists and whatnot, and I'll like kind of what I want to do with Eddie is just kind of like what I would do is kind of have him in random places or random scenes where Spider-Man might be at the same time or Peter, but I don't emphasize who that is. But I keep that design consistent, and if you have a good eye, you might notice like I keep seeing this guy randomly with this like buzz cut with a bigger hulking body, but I revealed that it's Eddie Brock this year, like who that is, because I'm gonna transition into Venom in like the last 2 years. And symbiote stuff, but I have that happening here, and And now that Spider-Man has just real quick, then you go. Now that Spider-Man has beaten Green Goblin and gotten national, even international acclaim, and he's worked with like the Fantastic Four and things of that nature. There's somebody who's interested in hunting him. He thinks it'll be a good hunt.
Yes, sir.
Someone's coming to New York, and that's how the year ends.
Yeah, I have Craven. To me is already sort of a thing at this point, but he's always been a solo act. Mm-hmm. So he's sniffed out that he wants to hunt this dude beforehand for me. Mm-hmm. But he'll also sort of be like a recurring sort of like major singular foe, because I think Craven is more dangerous in the team settings he's put in, sort of like play him out to be.
I agree.
So for the rest of my year,
sorry, just real quick.
Go ahead.
Can we please do this for Metroid?
Like figuring out what we want to do for Metroid.
I have ideas, but go ahead.
Okay. The rest of the year is a little bit interesting. So for some of it, he's not going to be doing hero work. There's going to be a portion of time where he's like actually trying to lab it up and figure out a cure for Connor's condition as being the lizard. Because at this point, Connor's
that he's still trying to do that. Like he hasn't stopped trying to like help him out and whatever. Continue.
Yeah, because at this point for me, Lizard is just in the sewers, solo dolo, like losing his mind. Is like basically just an animal in the sewers. What's gonna bring him back is that Kingpin is now finally starting to ratchet up sort of his grip on the underworld, and he's hired Craven to be as like an agent for him. So that's what brings Peter in, and so he has to help with Daredevil. Like there'll be other characters introduced here. Silver Sable comes in at this point for me. Yes. Once Peter gets the costume back, I'm also bringing in. This is where post the Suicide arc, new characters getting brought in. Silver Sable. I'm bringing in Alistair Smythe. I'm getting the Spider Slayers are coming in. We're getting the mech fights in the middle of New York a little bit. And Mary Jane and Felicia come in at the exact same time as each other. So he has to deal with You're Blown Away Tiger blind date at the same moment he meets this fucking bad bitch thief.
I find it interesting that we kind of did something similar. Like even though I had MJ like existing or whatever, but like when he starts like MJ is when him and Felicia start to flirt and tickle butt.
Other random villains, I'd be Shocker, Hydro Man come in just as like regular, like, oh, we're gonna fight, just give me some spectacles.
What's up, Blaze?
Shit. The end of the year, so like the latter
his dick not surviving is crazy. Sorry, continue.
That's crazy. The latter end of the year is gonna be, and he also isn't like locked in with MJ or Felicia at this point either. He's just met them, especially coming off what just happened with Gwen. Like nothing's gonna happen immediately. The end of the year is going to be the symbiote gets introduced. Now, the way
same year as me.
I feel like both me and Naya are going to have very different origins of the symbiote than what it is in the comics now. Because
I'm doing Planet Symbiote. And I'm kidding. I'm not doing that.
Keep Clintar and Null the fuck away. Like the symbiote to me is going to be like this one-off thing that's like this random sort of galactic creation as like an amoeba that only existed on one asteroid that randomly landed on Earth. Like that's it. Because I only want one. I don't need a planet of these things. But Carnage will still get made because that's a whole other scientific thing that happens afterwards. But like Peter gets a symbiote. He has a fight with Scorpion about it. And he kind of beats Scorpion's ass with it at one point. I think I literally have it listed here. At Betty Brant and Ned Leeds' wedding is what I said.
Okay.
He unveiled the symbiote, which black collar type joke shit.
I'm black now.
Yep. And then, oh yeah. Also, I should say, coming out of that suicide thing, Johnny and Peter are locked in BFFs because Harry's crashed out because Spider-Man beat up his dad, and also Peter's like, "What the fuck? Why are you co-signing all this Oscorp shit?" Plus the whole dad treated you differently. Also, all that sort of stacked on, and at this point, Harry and Peter are separate.
I also have Harry crumbling under the expectations of running Oscorp a little bit. Like he's not doing the best job. I have him crumbling.
Yep.
And I want him and Peter's reconciliation is what kind of helps him solidify himself as CEO. They'll make up. So right now they're not talking.
Yeah. So two important things. Actually, no, three important things with Black Suit. Eddie Brock is only angry at Peter because Peter's goated at photography, and because of that, Eddie Brock gets no jobs. That's the only reason that he's upset.
I actually like it when it's a little bit pettier, but I also have the symbiote. The symbiote, like, actually, just finish what you're saying.
Yeah. And then symbiote will make him a little bit of a dickhead. Primarily, the way this will operate is that Sinister Seven are like, we're not fucking around with Spider-Man right now because S.H.I.E.L.D. is also in the area because of Magia-related stuff and Kingpin popping off. Yeah. So we're going to chill. But Mysterio ends up like overstepping his bounds a little bit, and he runs into Spider-Man. Spider-Man beats this dude's ass and is basically like, you're literally the worst one of this group because all you have are gimmicks. And that will play into a little thing later with Mysterio that I have planned. But once he does this, he's like, it's in the middle of the Kingpin stuff. So Daredevil sees this happen. And Daredevil's the one that calls out Peter as like, yo, what the fuck is going on with this black suit shit? Mm-hmm. Which again, that will cement that friendship to me. They don't know who each other are yet, but it's going to be a thing of like, hero friends type stuff. Yeah. And that will lead sort of Peter to go to the church, fucking ring the bell, get the goddamn thing off him, and then Eddie Brock gets it. And the very last thing that happens in the year is Spider-Man versus Venom. That Mysterio thing will lead him into learning a little bit of magic, so he isn't just gimmicks. He's ass at magic, so he can only learn like enough to supplement all his scientific gadgets. But I want enough to make Mysterio like actually threatening beyond just like the first encounter. Because really, once Peter learns the spider sense thing, like Mysterio just kind of wilts and dies as like an opponent for him. So I'm trying to up his power level a little bit so he's still viable, and compared to the rest of like the Sinister Six, Sinister Seven guys.
Mm-hmm. I have Eddie being jealous of Peter similar for the photography, but also because at this point in Peter's life, Peter's not a loser. He's well liked, whatever. And while Eddie Brock's in the same vicinity, he's not getting that kind of love. And what I basically wanted to do with Eddie and Peter is the reversal. Eddie was the shit in high school. Eddie was like cool in college or whatever, but like when he hit the real world, like life hit him differently. Whereas Peter was like the loser in high school and through college, and now being out of it as an adult, just working, whatever. He's like much more well respected. He's getting bitches, all that stuff. But also because Peter rejects the symbiote suit because he doesn't want it after a while, their mutual hatred for him combines into one. So I don't like Spider-Man. You don't like Peter. Oh, they're the same person. We are Venom. So they come together.
Yes.
Yeah. Like that's that's
100%.
Yeah. That's
quick, clean, easy.
Yeah.
Keeps Venom, and you can also still have the little memes that Venom does sometimes too, because people forget that he's actually like kind of an asshole jokester a little bit.
Yeah. Man, when he started chasing that nigga in the truck, I said, bro, why are you driving? Where is the truck? He's like, yo, Venom is a troll. Oh my goodness. Him and MJ are officially starting to become a couple.
Year 6 for me is way more about like personal life stuff than hero stuff. Because at this point, I've thrown like the whole kitchen sink at Peter over like the last like 3-4 years.
I'm about to do that in year 7. And you're about to go crazy.
Because I've had him Green Goblin, I've had mechs, I've had villain teams, like I've had everything. It's like, let's relax a little bit here. But because we're relaxing, then you have to deal with the love triangle, player. Hold that one.
All right, let's get into the Let's get into the year 7, which I
Yep.
call Global Scale and the Avengers. That's what I'm calling
Okay,
year 7.
let me see. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else I'm missing. Year 6. Keep reading. Yep, Beetle's in there. Prowler gets introduced.
You said I like particular Spider-Man Venom, but I'm not sure that's the route I would take. I'm not even necessarily taking it from that version. I do want them working in the same vicinity and being around each other a lot, and just as that Peter just comes across as a lot more likable and cooler.
I
And-
will say,
yeah.
initially, I think Eddie Brock and Venom should, after that sort of initial like, oh, we don't like Spider-Man thing, we are Venom, that they should struggle to coexist a little bit. That should eventually come in terms of their character. Because Venom's one of those characters eventually in the long term. I do like the idea of sort of the symbiote becoming heroic, but I think at that point Eddie Brock needs to die, and then
I'm not doing anti-Venom stuff here.
No,
right
no,
now.
no.
I don't.
To me, it'd be like years and years from now. It'd be like a big global thing happens where Venom's like, okay, let me actually like. There's some arc that makes it heroic. Venom
Flash
steps in to
Thompson.
help. Yeah,
Anti-Venom.
Eddie Brock then dies, and then the symbiote's like, I'll stick around on Earth, and whoever I think is a good host for me can basically wield me, type thing. That's the way I would do it. But that's digressing.
Were there any
Where's the
things?
rest?
I know we're like you and I are more into like some of the classic stuff, but were there anything that you want to like play around with and do differently? I didn't decide to do this, but I thought about it. I thought about somehow having the Venom symbiote itself mutate into Carnage, and it's no longer Venom. I don't want Venom. I didn't.
I
decide.
like the idea of it being his kid.
Yeah. Okay.
more.
The Spawn. Okay. All right. That's fine.
Yeah. Do I even have year 7 on here, or did I only go to 6?
Shit. Wing it. I'm off the.
I think I only did go to 6. I already do know what I would like. There is a Daredevil and Peter versus Bullseye and Typhoid Mary team up in here, which I think, in terms of fight choreography,
Didn't I think of Bullseye?
would be. I think that would be cinema
Yeah.
as a fight.
Bullseye.
Those four.
I'm an idiot. I didn't think of Bullseye. I should have thought of Bullseye.
There is a note I have here that during all of Peter's traumatic bullshit and him coming out of it,
Him and Jean talk through telepathy because at this point they're just friends. I will say,
Slide.
that's-
That's a good
yeah.
point. Sorry, real quick. You said Venom symbiote going to someone crazy and turning into Carnage feels the best if the series is meant to end.
yeah.
Go ahead.
no, I'm saying yeah, because Jean and Peter's relationship is important to me. So like them two would actually like have like a legitimate friendship at this point. When
By the
Dark
way-
Phoenix happens,
Yeah.
there will be changes to that. But I'm not there yet in terms of my X-Men plotline. But there are ideas I'm kicking around.
At this point, Spider-Man is he's cool with the Avengers, and this is where I want him to start crossing over with stuff, right? So I actually have him starting off fighting Scorpion. Like, I know I saved Scorpion for a while, but I actually like him. I think he's one of the more dangerous villains and whatnot. And I want him to be like a formidable kind of one-on-one threat that he has to deal with, and he deals with it. So what I actually having here is a plot by Baron Zemo, right?
Yeah.
Also, like, I wanted to do a cosmic energy event, but I feel like I could save that for the very end. But I actually have Baron Zemo running a humongous scheme in conjunction with the Red Skull and everything, which forces the Avengers to like come through and everything. You're gonna see a lot of Steve Rogers and Iron Man now. Like they're gonna be Spider-Man a lot. You're gonna see a lot more team ups and everything with this. And this is the part, like, because like I want him to have like a really cool side event. I wanted him to do something cool with the Avengers. I have him actually helping the Fantastic Four deal with Galactus. But I wanted, like, when I ended off, because I want Peter to kind of like not necessarily put the suit away, but like I just kind of want to conclude it. So what I did was I wanted his final villain or final antagonist to be somebody that's a Spider-Man rogue villain. So even though this year has a cosmic event and like a New York City level threat event with the Avengers and Baron Zemo, I actually have Carnage as his final obstacle, and him finding a way to actually destroy the Carnage symbiote suit, and that's kind of how I have him.
That is one of those things that I'm having a hard time with, is if I want to keep the solo runs going once people get integrated into big teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like part of me is like, there's a lot you can do with Spider-Man just even outside of just the big teams. Because off the top of my head, I don't have Peter doing anything Avengers related until year 8, but I also don't even have the Avengers being a thing until he joins them. Because what I like, I've said this a couple
I
times.
have them growing
like-
slowly throughout the years, and by like maybe year
I
5, they
like
do-
starting I like starting the teams off big, so you get a lot of character dynamics at once, but also because I think it justifies the level of threat that they have to go up against. Because when it's like 6 or 7 people, it's like, nah, to me, like the things you're going up against. Because in my head, if I wanted to start an Avengers run, I'm having Loki pull up, but Loki's like bringing Amora, the Executioner, like the Wrecking Crew, and like the Frost Giants in all at once. Like Loki would be doing some big mega brain play on the entirety of Midgard to make that happen, and it would justify needing like 15, 16 people at once to beat this dude because he literally has like an army. So to me, I actually think, in terms again, J. Jonah Jameson / discussion around people with powers idea, what does it look like if the Avengers are founded with multiple mutants and Spider-Man in that group, with paired with other people? Like, what's the discourse then at that point?
I hear you.
That's something I wanted to like to play with that. In terms of year 7 stuff, it'd probably just be a lot of him and MJ. But one thing, and this is one of my main issues with Mary Jane Watson, I don't think she's very interesting as a character. And I say that because the only draw she has is that she's just a good woman for Peter. But when this dude's a superhero, to me, that really isn't good enough to keep me interested in her, to keep her around. So I'd have her be like a friend of his. Like they have a relationship. It's going great. But then the
Aunt May dies, by
specifics
the way.
of their lives.
Aunt May dies year 7.
Oh, what? Oh, yeah. I would have Aunt May die a little bit later, but like,
No,
like they would,
my thinking is by the time him and MJ are like actually like locked in,
yeah.
It's not like it's hard. It's not.
I just think the specifics of their like professional lives would get in the way. Like Peter's a superhero and a photographer. She's trying to be a model and a movie star. They don't have the time for each other. Is the way that I would do it.
I don't have him doing photography anymore. At that point, I have him actually opening up a little lab to try to do good things and create.
Yeah, I'm not there yet.
Okay.
To me, he'd be like,
it's only the reason I'm doing that is because I only did 7 years. Right, like if I was gonna like do like 10 or longer, I would extend things more often. But I have, because we initially agreed on 7 years, I have it ending year 7.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of
I would only have the amount of run I've had. Like, just to me, at year 7, he'd be like award-winning photographer, like level. Like people know who Peter Parker is in like the journalistic space. Is the way I'd have it.
You said you would make JJ a Captain America stance, so he gets heated when he fights mutants in the event.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that'd be the case for a lot of people in like corporate media and like politics, to me.
Peak of mutation should be before the Avengers being a thing, then having the Dark Phoenix saga where the Avengers are there, then it peaks again. Oof.
Avengers aren't there for that for me. That happens right before they're made a thing. And it's largely humanity doesn't really know what's going on when Jean is doing all that shit. Because like the mutants kind of handle it, but the reason it gets handled is not because of them. To me, the reason would be relationships he has with people that are not of the X-Men. Because to me, one of the things that like, because Jean, the Phoenix is not like an evil force. That's one of the things that sort of changed with time. So I think sort of justify the original Dark Phoenix plot doesn't really make much sense now, unless Jean like has beef with members of the X-Men for her to act that way. So to me, the best way to then get her out of that is to have people that are not in the X-Men free her. Which to me then, with the way I've set it up, would be one of those people would be Spider-Man. I'm putting Spider-Man in the Dark Phoenix saga somehow. I haven't fully planned it out. But the other person that I think would be hugely important to getting Jean out of that is Wanda Maximoff. Okay. Because I think that dynamic in theory is fascinating between the two of them, given how similar yet different they are in terms of the shit they have to deal with in terms of their mutation and the external things that come with it. So I think Wanda being the one that basically like, snaps Jean out of it to a certain extent and Jean's like, I need to leave and like find my own like thing that I'm trying to do, would be really cool. That's why I want to do it. Because of it, in my head, long term, I want Phoenix and the Avengers. Wara, Earth's mightiest heroes, if we don't have the best telepath and telekinetic on the planet in this fucking team.
Emma
That's
Frost?
the way I feel about it. No, okay, bro. Yeah, I will say the scientist thing does become more pronounced, like probably right as he joins the Avengers or right before is the way I would do it.
If I was continuing with this, honestly, I would have him go to the future after this and meet Miguel.
Yeah, I'm not doing time travel then.
I'm not doing multiverse.
Yeah.
I don't mind doing a time travel thing. I'm not doing Spider-Verse.
I would try to keep time travel as low key as possible until I brought Kang in, to be honest.
I'm not mad at it.
Because at that point it's like unavoidable with him.
Okay. That's Spider-Man. At least the first 7 years or 7 years of Spider-Man.
However more we decide to add on later, we can figure that out at some, because I don't even have Carnage in this bitch yet.
I did. I actually forgot. I actually didn't really go into the Craven stuff, but yeah. I think anyways. I'll extend it to year 10 and maybe like switch up what I'll do a little bit for the next time we come back to it. But let me see what you guys are saying.
Yeah.
Really quick. Award winning. Damn, you can take that good of coffee picture. That good of a coffee picture. The photography.
It's more like action shots of Spider-Man swinging around the city, but
I prefer the idea that the tragedy of the kindest mutant doing all. I prefer the idea that the tragedy of the kindest mutant doing all that, also leading to the mutant hatred resurfacing after the Avengers trying to help them get accepted, is an interesting plot line with conflict between the Avengers and X-Men setup. If I'm being honest, I've always kind of hated the mutant hatred thing because I felt like it never really made any sense. Yeah. I don't know that I'm gonna lean into that because I'm like, if you have powers, you have powers. I think I'll just genuinely have people be wary of like meta-humans,
people with powers,
and people with humans. I don't.
That's why I led with the X-Men first.
I don't know that I would specifically do mutant hatred.
Yeah,
specifically.
That's why I led with like a mutant incident being first, so at least it's justified to a certain extent where people pick mutants in particular.
I'm not a Sentry guy.
Bao needs to die. Just die. But yeah, that's why I led with the mutant thing first, because I want to at least.
I thought he was being serious.
He is not. He is not.
I'm freestyling a little bit more for Batman, just so you guys know, but I'm here.
Sure.
Though. I'm here.
I'll say mutant hatred would never be a thing that goes down for me until it gets solved.
Okay.
Or until the Inhumans come in and they make... Because to me, it'd be like Inhumans get introduced. This is post-Avengers getting founded. Avengers meet Inhumans. Avengers then interact with X-Men like one more time. Avengers then are like, wait a minute. This mutant hatred thing is bullshit. Mm-hmm. Let's fix it. And then X-Men are like, well, I don't know. It's kind of like isn't your thing. It's like, bro, we have like mutants in this thing too, so we're going to help you figure this out. And if you're not going to help us figure it out, then we're just going to figure it out for you. And then we literally have the fucking mutant civil right arc in my story. And then once that happens, mutant hatred's is gone. Like there'll be racists still left, but it's not going to be like a mutant isn't allowed to enter this bathroom unless they're a certain like registered on a card type of thing. Mm. So that's the way I would do it.
Okay.
Especially if Namor, or once Namor, is on my Avengers team, because then I literally have a mutant king of one of those powerful nations on the planet being like, yeah, fuck off. So that's an important notion for me too.
Okay. Start us off with year one, Labat.
Okay.
Labata.
So,
Albata.
A big emphasis. Well, for me, I always have this envisioning of what issue one of Batman is like in my head. And this is very specific, but fuck it. I want to like just have issue 1 be from the perspective of a criminal who's running away from this brother, freaked the fuck out as like what is even happening. And you don't know what is happening until the very end. And you see like a shadow of like the cape on like a fucking gargoyle at the very end of it. So that's just issue 1. But the main emphasis for me is that there's a lot of emphasis on the amount of things Bruce is doing between when his parents dies and when he becomes Batman. To me, this dude gets hella degrees, hella fucking combat training, and like all this other like like he learns fucking escape artistry from Zatara. He learns fucking theater so he can impersonate people.
Studying criminals and
has, like,
criminology and the mind.
He has his like surgeon degree that he gets normally, but he also learns the business shit on the side so he can run the fucking entire Wayne Enterprises. He has all his different teachers. It's Alfred. It's the French guy, Ducard, I think his name, and then Katagiri, the fucking Japanese guy he learned from. Then he'll eventually end up in Nanda Parbat for a little bit. He gets all his shit, okay? And then eventually year 1 comes.
Visits the
And
the
then-
Tibetan monks.
Yes. We're not doing the fucking... We're not doing Brave and the Bold bullshit, because Jesus fucking Christ.
That's a trick.
That was a little bit
That's-
aggressive.
I learned this trick from Tibetan monks.
Blocking your telepathy, Grod, with my Tibetan tech. No, bruh. Like, fuck off. we're not doing that. But, like, it's just all martial artistry so we can justify him, like, being that good, is the way I feel about it. But first year, it's a lot of just sort of getting his feet on the ground. Like, he doesn't even have a lot of the tech stuff for me until the end of the first year. Like, the only people that would know what he's doing in the first year are him, Alfred, Lucius, and then Leslie Tompkins.
Okay.
And that's it.
So you're
and
also
to me,
you're
it'd be-
also doing Lucius.
Yes, for sure.
Are you doing
'Cause to
Lucius?
me, like-
Are you doing him as a tech guy though?
Yes, it'd be so Bruce is CEO of the entirety of Wayne Enterprises, but Lucius heads Wayne Tech is the way I would do it.
So what I'm actually doing with Lucius is I'm having him kind of be the stand-in CEO. Like
Okay.
Batman trusts him enough to run a lot of the stuff when he's not there or not around, or when he's running around in his cape or whatever. So I actually still have Batman and Alfred himself kind of building a lot of the tech and everything. I didn't
Sure.
make Lucius do it.
I do have some of that a little bit.
I'm not mad at that though. And
Yeah.
you and
to
I,
me, like the Lucius thing is for the bigger tech, like
Yeah.
the vehicles and like the more hella advanced stuff.
he's got a rudimentary
he's
grapple
time
gun
to develop it.
Or actually, he has to grapple rope before the gun. There's a rope.
Yeah,
We have to swing it around first and like tug on it, make sure it's not gonna fall first and stuff. Like just very like I say
because
what-
it's also
what
weird
would
because
become
Bruce is much
antiquated
smarter
tech.
than Lucius too.
Yeah.
That's the other thing.
Yeah, I don't.
To me, it
want,
would just be like Lucius has more dev time to do this stuff than Bruce does. But
Does
Bruce
he
is
learn
like
from Lady
giving
Shiva?
him the ideas.
I have him getting mixed by Lady Shiva later.
Facts.
I'm getting
That
his
is
ass
true.
beat. But key relationships I'm focusing on for this is Jim, because Jim is like, what is this like?
Yeah,
it's-
to me, it's
what I'm
it's
doing- sorry.
Gordon as still a captain.
It's Gordon,
I should
it's
say.
Pennyworth, and like and Lucius. And like what I'm doing with the first year is I'm building the myth. Like people don't even know if the Batman is real yet right now. Like he's not.
I wouldn't have even have him have the Batman costume until about like halfway.
I
either.
have him at the end of year 1, kind of finalizing the first version of it, the Mark 1, if you will. But yeah,
So I can actually list out. So plot line to me is it's all Falcone Maroni.
oh, you're like
just
me.
like-
I'm Carmine, and I'm Maroni and street level.
yeah.
Psychological, His
Yeah.
first
The
quote
most I
unquote
get
major
for supervillains
is the Riddler.
is
I'm starting with the Riddler.
I'm actually doing Victor Zsasz
I'm not mad at that.
first off because I want to do because he's actually more low key than Riddler is.
Mhm.
So I think it actually works better for a year 1 to just be like I cut myself serial killer in terms of year 1. So it like and it's a bit easier to follow in terms of the detective things because I don't want to have him like off rip learning detective shit. Like he has to sort of come into realizing like, oh, I actually have to learn this too, and I didn't realize I would have to do that.
I'm
But
not.
than that,
I'm only doing
Penguin
two,
and Catwoman are in it.
I'm only doing 2 Robins, Bow. I'm only doing Jason and Dick.
I'm doing 3, but Jason's dying and he's staying dead
Yeah, he's not coming back. Jason's coming back.
Yeah.
I
because I want Tim in there.
never got to Damien, and I don't know that I care about Damien. So, yeah.
Yeah, because I have it literally listed here.
Mhm.
Villains are Falcone, Maroni, corrupt cops like Flass, and then it's Catwoman, Penguin, Victor Zsasz. That's all I got.
I'm doing
Dick,
Dick.
again, Catwoman.
I'm doing tricks on it.
That's crazy.
I'm having him double
And then
cheeked up.
the last,
Stop.
this is insane. The last thing he gets at the end of the year, like so after he beats Zsasz, Bat Signal gets made at the end of the year. And this is while Gordon is still a captain, by the way. He's making it while he's not even commissioner, which is like, oh shit, police department fucking interconflict. And the Batmobile
Yeah,
is the last thing he gets at the end of the year.
yeah, I'm with you with the Batmobile being the last major thing for the year. And him like doing again his first finalized suit. I'm actually can I ask you a question? What are you doing with the suit? Are you going like more classic? Are you going with like the underwear over? Are you going more like Arkham Asylum armored? Like what are you doing?
Oh, there's a version of this that one of Dan Mora's art pieces was really good that I'd watch. It's I'm doing black and gray. I'm not doing any blue. There will be a little bit of yellow in the belt and like
And
maybe bordering
the bat signal in the chest part.
Maybe, I'm not sure. I'm not convinced on yellow on the symbol. I think I just want to do pure black for that.
I think for me just the utility belt. I'm leaving the chest part black. I want his next suit. Like this suit's supposed to be like resistant to like knives and stuff like that. It's his second suit that I actually want to be a little more armorized, but like a light armor.
Yeah, to it's not like gunfire repellent to me at this point, but it definitely be knife repellent. It's not. It doesn't look like Arkham's knight armor, but it's definitely like you can tell that it has like some sort of maybe like internal Kevlar-ish stuff going on there. But it is mainly like I want it to still just have that cloth look. Because it's when it's drawn well with Bruce, when it looks like just cloth, it looks clean, man. Like the suits look fire that way.
It does. So year 2 and 3, I call it the world expands. So now at this point, Batman is a known feared entity. Bruce starts to like build his cover, and then the rogues become a little more theatrical, a little more personal, and he starts to really lay on the playboy facade to deflect suspicion. Like this is where he really starts to like do like the playboy, I get mad bitches in the public eye. Like he starts to really lead into that persona, so to speak. This is where his suit becomes a little bit more refined. His technology is getting better. I kind of want to end year 1 with like almost like it's like he flips a switch and like the lights start to get closer to the Batmobile and you can see the shadow but you don't see it yet, but I want year 2 to open with him actually driving it.
Yeah. Year 2 for me, there's a lot of emphasis on Gotham, like sort of city politics. Not like in the Court of Owls way, but Rupert Thorne, Commissioner Loeb, Blackgate prison corruption stuff. Like a lot of like the
I got a bit of that, but I know it's a little early, but I have the beginning of Harvey's descent as the incorruptible district attorney.
I have him introduced at the end of the year.
I have him like again. He's here. He's around. He's not Two-Face yet, and he's not Two-Face by the end of the year. Yeah. But I have him like dealing with the corruptness of Gotham and what's going on.
Another thing I'm emphasizing too is how, because this is kind of a trope that's come up in Batman a couple times, is the style of crime changing and passing people by. And the first step of that for me is Black Mask coming in and basically being like, Maroni and Falcone are done and it's my age.
Yes, the power vacuum creates a yes. Yeah, go ahead.
And Black Mask is still close enough to that mafia style to where it's not the supervillain shit yet, but he is definitely a step up from what Falcone and Maroni were doing to me. Mm-hmm. The only two like villains I'd have in year 2 are Scarecrow. Just like, oh no, I have 3 actually. Scarecrow, Calendar Man are the 2 that I'm doing. And then the year ends with Solomon Grundy. And that is like Bruce's first interaction to people with powers. And he's like, what the fuck is this?
I use Killer Croc instead for that.
I like the idea of it being Grundy because it's not like a villain I put away in a big like jail yet. Because I want to also have a thing of like Blackgate is like eventually shown to be like ineffective, and that's why we need Arkham Asylum reopened. Mm-hmm. I want to get to that point too. Mm-hmm. But I don't want to have like throw all the villains at him at once to sort of justify it just yet. And Vicky Vale's here too. Nearly forgot. Vicky Vale's in this.
I was about to say this too. Gordon is a well-respected cop in year 1. Year 2, he's captain. I have him becoming commissioner in the next year.
Yeah, I have him commissioner. I think year 3 or 4, something like that.
Like Like 3-4. Yeah, 3-4 is when he's commissioner.
Yeah.
I'm going for though.
Yeah, Falcone gets taken down. Oh! These are the... So I'm introducing Kirk Langstrom at some point in the year. He's not Man-Bat yet, but he's
Okay.
kind of like Bruce's sort of animal villain guy
Mhm.
because he knows about all this type of stuff before he gets turned into Man-Bat. And this is gonna piss me off. Your boy Bruce is gonna find Ace and adopt that little dog. Now there is no Bat Hound. It's literally just that he has a dog and his name is Ace. But I want to have like sort of those personable things with that DC does, like tone down the camp a little bit. But I do think sort of like showing that, like, because one of these things is like people talk about like how Batman's always like this dehumanized like monster basically, and he was like a hypocrite. Like, man loves dogs, so we'll put that in there as part of like a character aspect to me.
Okay.
And I also think just having Ace in there's like, I don't know. I like the idea of Bruce sitting in the Batcave looking at some data, and there's a fucking German Shepherd Doberman Pinscher next to him, and he's just petting its fucking head as he's doing research or something. Like, that's a cool shot to me in my head.
Okay. I'm not doing it, but
Hey man, you don't got to put the dog in the goddamn cape. DC did.
can't do it. Can't do it, blood. It's not for me, mate. Batman is a hero, not an anti-hero. We need reminders. Doggy gimmick, let it end. Nothing's worse than crypto. I don't care.
Hey bro, hey, get ready for that Superman video.
I'll kill that dog myself. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I like cats better, anyways.
Sparky, whatever the fuck his name is.
Oh shit. I don't know what year you have the Flying Grayson's tragedy happening.
It's the year 5 or 6 or something like that.
I have the tragedy happening in at the end of the 4th year, but I have him getting Richard in the 5th year. So
it's year 4 for me.
Okay. So, sorry, I don't know if we're done with year 3. I don't want to rush.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if there's anything else.
Year 4 is called
Penelope
Light in the
Young.
Dark for me.
Year 3, there's a lot of people coming in. Like, I guess it's like the ingoodening of like the establishment like forces, like, because I have Renee Montoya coming in, I have Harvey Bullock coming in,
I have Mad Hatter. I have
Penelope Young comes in. That's the sort of like get.
Hey, Shelby's the GOAT. Saw the Smallville.
And that's to get like Arkham Asylum reinstated. Oh, Gordon becomes commissioner. Mayor Hill's a thing at this point.
Yeah.
I also marked down here, just as a side note, because of the doctorate degree, I'm going to have Bruce performing surgeries on people to save their lives a couple times, be it in costume or out of.
I have him doing it to himself.
That too.
As best as he
That
can.
too.
I remember you guys don't like Grayson being his son, so how would you do the circus tragedy and the adoption?
Just make Dick older. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
Have him old. Have it be older when his
What do
parents
you mean
die.
not being?
That's it.
What do you mean don't like Grayson being his son? I never have I ever said that?
I think I've said it a couple times that I'm not a fan of.
Do you mean
Bruce,
like
being his dad?
But well, I don't. I mean like father figure is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Not necessarily his dad, but I have that evolving into more of a brotherhood as he gets older and goes to Bloodhaven and stuff. But
I just make Dick older to avoid it. That's all I really need to do.
that's fair. Like don't start
Because it's still like mentorship from like an older
start him
guy.
at like 12. Start him at like 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I also have Scarecrow this year, and I have like one thing that I guess I feel like I would do a lot is when I'm introducing a new character, it's not necessarily have them immediately do something. You just see them around, and Selina's gonna be that character, the same way I did for Eddie, where you'd see like a sexy femme fatale woman every once in a while around.
For sure.
Whatever.
That's where I'm at too.
So Selina's around, but I'd have at the end of the year that like someone. Like Selina, and she'll like turn around, and then we don't really see what happens, so you know she's around and she exists. So
and year 3, I'm doing the Bruce Wayne is dating Selina Kyle, and Batman is dating Catwoman.
Yeah,
but Selina doesn't know that Bruce is Batman at this point, so she's like dealing with sort of the like guilt of like, oh, I'm dating 2 men, but like I like it type shit. Because we can't forget Selina Kyle is a trifler initially, so we have to keep that consistent.
but that's
Chief
that's
said,
only
"I
on
know
good
y'all
for them.
tired of Big J, but is he in there out of curiosity?" Yes,
He's gonna be there.
Of course, the
He gonna be
Joker is
there.
there. I'm just not dick eating the Joker. That's all it is. But
I'll say
he's
villains for year 3 for me.
Mhm.
Professor Pig,
Mhm.
another like detective, like reinforces the detective thing.
Mhm.
Riddler. This is also Riddler, Joker, Pig, Poison Ivy, Killer Croc, Clayface are all in 1 year. But it takes like the whole year from start to finish to get Riddler and Joker like caught
Mhm.
because of how fucking effective they are. Is the way I would do it. To where once he's introduced to those other guys, he like gets them like within the same like story arc.
Okay. Talk to me about year 4.
Oh, I should also say, wrapping up year 3, first team up. Zatanna is what I'm doing.
It's first.
And we're showing off the past history with when they were kids when they knew each other.
I have
And
the
those, like,
first
him
team
and-
up
him and Z are boys.
happening in year 4 for real, but I have year 3 like not necessarily introducing but highlighting and showcasing that in other cities there's like arising heroes or heroes that are being born and whatnot. So Superman exists and things of that nature.
Yep. Yeah, that's why I'm doing, because I want to do it with Zatanna first, because Batman with magic is always really good. It's interesting how good he is when he interacts with something he has like no concept of initially. So and Zatanna is like one of the best at it
I'm
in
not
the
mad at
entirety
it.
of the verse.
I ended up choosing
Yeah.
John Constantine first though. I don't know why. I did though.
Z and him have history though. That's why I'm like it's perfect for me.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair.
What is it?
But yeah, year
Is this
4 for
all
me
year
is called Light in the Dark.
3? Oh, very end of year 3.
Mhm.
He meets Superman.
Okay. I have a meeting Superman beginning of year 4, and I'm not doing the dick measuring thing. I have them more so when they first team up. It's more so them trying to understand each other's different methods, and maybe not approve. Like maybe like I'll have them like have tension. I'm not gonna not just have it be like immediate best friends, world's finest kind of thing. But it's more so like, you don't think you were a little rough on that guy? You're too soft, Superman. Like I'll have that little dynamic going on, but nothing crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not making them enemies. They're not fighting. I'm tired of it. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, because the backdrop of it to me would be, it's in both Gotham and Metropolis, and a lot of it is because Lex is trying to do something with Bruce Wayne because he doesn't know he's Batman at the time, or ever actually.
I'm also
and part of that would be like sort of because Lex is like, oh, Batman's gonna get in my way, or I need to get Superman out of here so he doesn't like fuck up with whatever I'm trying to do with this like illegal practice I'm trying to do. Deadshot is hired by Lex to kill Superman with kryptonite or some other sort of means he could try. Batman handles that, and then Superman's like sort of physical threat at this point would be like Blockbuster. Is the way I'm doing it. Just so we can have some like things for them to both do.
Yeah. No, that makes perfect sense.
They will both discover each other's identities first meetup just by being dickheads to each other.
I was just going to say that. I'm not even going to
Play with it.
Yeah, I'm not going to make that become a like, ooh, do they know, do they not? It's going to be like they meet, whatever. And then after, Superman's literally just going to be like, Bruce Wayne? Like, he's going to use X-ray vision to see it. And then after Batman, Batman out of pettiness, and it's like to think that a mere reporter or something, I don't know, how to say some fly shit about reporter, and it's like, I know.
I actually mistook the Deadshot reasoning.
Okay, give me a second. I know that I also know that you can't, and just get it out.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I'm not interested. To me, that's not interesting. I really don't think it's interesting. Like, oh, do they know?
I agree.
It's not interesting. I'm not into that. So
yeah, I mistook the reasoning for Deadshot. Deadshot is performing hits in Metropolis at the hire of the League of Shadows.
You said Deadshot. I thought you said Deathstroke. My bad.
Deathstroke.
I thought
Deadshot.
My fault.
Yeah.
Okay.
Deathstroke will be a little bit later, but I'm having Deadshot be like, this is League of Shadows set up a little bit.
Okay.
He's doing things in Metropolis. Batman's like, oh shit, I need to like track whatever this dude's doing because he would have had like a small interaction with Deadshot in Gotham beforehand, and he like drove him out, but he couldn't like catch him. So then he fakes the business deal with Lex to then get to have a reason to get himself into Metropolis so he could be Batman to get Deadshot. And that's where Superman gets drawn in, and then it kind of crosses paths with some like scientific shit that Lex is doing.
but like sort of is able to absolve himself of any sort of responsibility because he hasn't done anything technically wrong. And that's how like the blockbuster thing is brought in. That's much cleaner than the first idea I thought I had.
It happens. Okay. Sorry.
It's way easier. Again, this is so like it's way easier to condense Bruce's shit than Peter's because with Peter's there's so much shit to fix, man.
It is.
Like,
It is.
Jesus.
It is. And like Batman, as much as I find him annoying, more often than not, I'd say they're doing more positive things with him than negative.
Yep.
I don't know that I like that. I don't really like that as Abin Zur personality and that like robot. That's not fly to me.
Whatever.
You know what I'm talking about. I don't care about that. So I'm not doing any of that shit. That's some new nigga shit. I'm not into that. I'm old school. But I want to say that key relationships, Dick Grayson, Alfred, kind of embracing the more grandfather role and like finding joy and having like a child in but like a teenager, like he has someone to keep him company more often than not and everything. And I wanted villains that I think could kind of exploit Dick's youth or eagerness to prove himself. And one of the people who filled in the vacuum after like Falcone and everything was gonna be Penguin. So Penguin's gonna be using his underworld and circus connections and everything. I have Mad Hatter for like control and manipulation. I'm using them as candidates as well. I also have the Scarecrow fear toxin going kind of crazy for year 4. And year 4 is the last thing I really have notes for. So just know from year 5, 6, and 7, I'm winging it a little bit. Like before we started, I started to type a few things, but yeah, like at this point, my notes are very scarce. Just so you guys know, I did more for Peter because I'm very mad at the state of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But this is when Batman takes on more of a mentor role and chills out a little bit more and stuff like that. Oh, by the way, him and Selena are playing Tickle Butt now on rooftops.
Yep.
I don't have it full blown relationship yet, but yeah.
Sure. The majority of what I have in year 4 is there's not really anybody new that's added other than Man-Bat. But there's a lot of Bruce coming to terms like, okay, it's been 3 years. What have I done? Basically.
Okay.
Over the course of a lot of it.
There was a point that I forgot to make. I am gonna have Bruce doing a lot of like out of suit things to help the city.
Yes,
like for
same
real,
with me.
like for real, like
same real folk philanthropy shit.
And I'm also gonna have him do stuff like show up, like we're building houses and he's there hammering wood and stuff, like ingratiating himself, being amongst the people. So as much as Bruce Wayne is seen as a little bit of an unserious CEO playboy, he's gonna have the perception of somebody who's very generous and doesn't just throw money at a problem. He shows up to the issue too, like.
Yep.
This building blew up because of some shit Batman did. He's helping physically repair the building too as much as he can because he's busy.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what I've got mainly for year 4 is sort of a brewing sort of situation in the underworld where Mask is sort of like the controlling interest right now, but Falcone's kind of trying to like hold on to as much territory as he has. Mm-hmm. Joker's been fucking around. But at the end of this year is when he starts to become like the clown prince of crime, to where he like has organized stuff instead of just like little pranky individualized stuff that he had done beforehand. And at this point, I should say, he is not a mass murdering freak yet. The Joker poison doesn't insta-kill people yet. It'll just temporarily fuck them. And may have some like lingering effects, but Joker hasn't like killed anyone yet to me. This is one of the things me and I have talked about where like, at a certain point, Joker needs to go, but I want to have him around long enough. I don't want to have him be nuts off rip so I can justify him being around as long as I want him to be, if that makes any sense.
It's like, instead of having Joker being reoccurring, have him being long-term and then defeated. And
like
then
a build-up.
Yeah. That's fly. I like that. That's fly.
Yeah. And this is one of those, so big thing for year 4 is that the formal arrest of Carmine Falcone and then Blackgate having a big breakout of all the people Bruce has captured that then forces the city to be like, okay, we have to open Arkham Asylum again.
Yes.
Because we don't have enough room in this prison.
Yes.
Those are the two big things for me.
I have the breakout, but the most important thing about Arkham is the hiring of the psychologist Harleen Quinzel. I have that happening there too. And like,
Yes.
I have her being a big deal in the psychological community. I have her being a big deal. Like not just like oh we hired like it's like no, this is like the best of Gotham has to offer. And she's like done good stuff with like criminal reform already and things of that nature. And obviously eventually when Joker gets there, blah blah blah, but that'll happen later down the line. Year 5 I call growing pains and psychological warfare.
I wasn't done, by the way.
Oh, my fault. My fault.
Yeah. Dick comes in at the very end of the year with his whole shit.
Mhm.
During the Falcone imprisonment thing is when Dent becomes Two-Face. Dent basically takes over all of Falcone's stuff, and Falcone dies. So now the underworld is basically Two-Face, Joker, Black Mask, and Penguin has found his little niche in the Iceberg Lounge as like an arms dealer to everybody.
I totally
They
forgot about Harvey. Harvey's year 4, my bad.
Yeah, and they keep sort of the Iceberg Lounge as like a criminal Switzerland, so to speak.
Okay.
Where Penguin's kind of just reeling. He's kind of just chilling with his money.
Mhm.
But he'll have some other little side plots too, where I want Penguin to not just be like sitting around doing nothing. I'm going to have him doing individual things as well too. That eventually gets him in prison. But I just need to figure out how to like best do it.
Yeah.
The very last thing for the year will be, where the fuck is this shit?
I know my shit's disorganized as fuck. Like, I know I just shit in order.
Yeah, bro. Like,
Yeah. God.
hold on. Let me actually
I
read
was
through this just so I'm making sure I'm not fucking anything up.
What you said? Can we get much
Yeah.
higher?
Yeah, Riddler's out.
Again, I'm still writing this with the idea of like, I think with Batman, I'm more comfortable having a moment where like, oh, well, this camera died again, and I'm not replugging it back in. But I have an ending, but I think with Batman for me, it's easier to have him have a successor after he's
Sure.
done, as opposed to Peter, because I don't really like. I guess with Peter, I could like, oh, like Miles comes later and maybe he dies and Miles, but I don't want to kill Peter. So.
Oh, okay. So there were 3 things I forgot. Shiva comes in, beats Bruce's ass to test Batman League of Shadows candidacy.
You're doing that 1 year before me. Okay.
Yep. And then 2 team ups. Second Superman team up. Villains will Dick will actually be involved in this one. So it'll be Batman, Robin, Superman versus Black Mask, Parasite, and Toyman.
I have all of
which
them.
I think is really okay. Yeah, I got Ollie will be a little bit later for me.
Billionaires unite without any powers to take down.
Yeah. Ollie will be a little bit later
Count,
for me.
Count Vertigo and yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Ollie will definitely be a little bit later. I think he's literally the next year for me, actually. But the second team up is Jason Blood. We're getting Batman and Etrigan the Demon, baby.
One blood.
We're getting Batman and Etrigan the Demon versus Clarion the Witch Boy.
Is he going? Is he going to rhyme?
Gone the form of man. Arise the demon Etrigan. Yes, sir. What are we talking about?
Is he rapping or nah?
Yes, 100%. 100%.
All right, that's fly. I'm with it.
I love Etrigan. I had to get him in.
I don't have him here, but I'm liking it. So year 5, I have growing pain and psychological warfare, Bat family dynamic. Well, Batman and Robin is more established. The villains become a little more focused on exploiting weaknesses instead of just committing general crimes and whatnot. Batman's a lot more comfortable.
Oh, I should say, at this point, Barbara Gordon is in the background, not really doing much. We just know that she's Jim Gordon's kid.
Yeah, she exists, and maybe she'll become Batgirl.
And she is significantly older. Maybe not significantly. Like a few years older than Dick. Okay. That's the way I'd say.
Okay. Batman and Robin are operating as a well-oiled machine. Robin will occasionally challenge Batman's method and starting to show his growing independence. And the fact that he, as much as he respects Batman, he loves Batman and everything like that, he doesn't want to end up exactly like Bruce. So this is where you start to see a little bit of like the difference in how they like to go about certain things. Talia is going to come through, challenging Batman's world view, suggesting that his method of fighting crime in Gotham is only a temporary solution, and she offers a more permanent and deadly way of doing it so they don't come back, which is always funny to me because I'm like, you niggas had the Lazarus pit, so like anyways. But yeah, I have the League of Assassins stuff happening here, and just like you said, I have Shiva as a bit of a scout to see like, does he really belong?
Is he like that?
And he's getting mixed.
Yep.
Robin saves his life because Shiva. I'm gonna have Shiva go off script, be like, "Nah, he's not the one. He gotta die." And Robin saves him and escapes. But this is gonna be the year of the League of Shadows, and this is the year where I'm gonna have Selena learn that Batman is Bruce Wayne. I'm gonna have that happen this year as well.
I've already had that happen.
One more thing I wanted to say that I didn't say earlier is I wanted to have Ra's al Ghul or Ra's al Ghul, however you like to say it. I want to have his presence felt through proxy villains.
Villains, yeah.
Where it's
That's
like,
what I did with Deadshot.
Yeah, like
I was
he's
like, yeah.
like he's sending certain people out to see what's happening, to test it out, to see if the corruption has to be. You scared me there. That's my fault.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want this year to be the League of Shadows year, and this is the year where I have Joker starting to like rear his head and do crimes and stuff. But I'm gonna take Glam's route a little bit here. I'm gonna have him do more just like silly shit, like trolley stuff.
Like,
Maybe
it's definitely evil, but it's like it's not
damage,
like grand graveyards,
grand larceny, but he's not filling cemeteries.
Yeah,
not yet. Yes. Also,
okay. Oh, go ahead.
Also, you're gonna see a very sad man looking like he's reaching his wit's end for some reason, and his name is spelled Fries. I love calling that nigga Victor.
Yep.
Calling him Victor Fries
Victor
has been
has been
like the funniest thing of my childhood, and I never grew out of it.
Yeah,
I never grew out of it. I'm like, that nigga's name is Fries, but Freeze. Victor. Okay. I have year 7 and 8, 6 and 7, by the way, called Gotham's Finest to World's Finest. But yes, go ahead. I'm just
okay.
I'm just what chapter did.
Sure. We haven't even got to year 6 yet.
Well, I put 6 and 7 as Gotham's Finest.
Oh, okay,
you can almost call year 6 Gotham's Finest and year 7's World's Greatest, but I'm just saying that's what I have.
Yeah. So year 5 for me is when the League of Shadows really like comes in, similar to Naya. Mm-hmm. At this point, Ra's is going to be the one that bequeaths onto Bruce the title of World's Greatest Detective, because he figures out sort of like what the League is actually doing. But also there will be other things that happen too. And again, I'm with Naya too on testing Dick a little bit, because this will be his first full year as Robin. Mm-hmm. And the villains for this year, I think, are really good for that. So for me, I have new villains being introduced as Mad Hatter, Ventriloquist and Scarface, and Mr. Freeze. Because I think all three of them present different challenges for Robin to sort of get with, because Mad Hatter is just like mental fuckery because of the way he sort of operates. So that's something Dick has to get used to. But Ventriloquist and Mr. Freeze are both moral conundrums. Because Ventriloquist just has like basically multiple personality disorder. So you can't, it's like a thing of like, it's not really something he can be sort of totally held accountable for. And we all know the reason why Freeze is sort of like a moral issue. So that's why I have all of them there.
My wife!
Yep. Talia's going to be in here. New character gets introduced here for me that I don't think Nia has. Kate Kane. Because I am a conceptual Batwoman fan. So she's getting introduced here to me, but I'm gonna execute on her differently as more time goes by. The two major things in terms of just Batman-centric stuff, because I do have a few more team-ups in this year too. Harley breaks Joker out.
I forgot the team-ups. My bad, but go ahead.
Yeah. Harley breaks Joker out. Joker's first like on-screen kill, he caps Black Mask and takes all his shit.
Ooh, I like that. That's fun.
Yeah. And then Arkham will have its first setback, but not because of like sort of internal issues. It'll actually be a League of Shadows associated thing. But the way they do it is not out in the open. They hire a certain man with an eye patch to break the fucking systems. And then Batman has to fight this certain man.
and you will see the greatest showing of elite hands this planet has ever seen at the end of this arc, and neither will win. And they will be pissed about that, given the circumstances. So yes, Batman versus Deathstroke will happen at this point for me. Dick's gonna watch all of it and kind of be like, "What the fuck am I looking at?" in terms of like the hands being thrown. And then the two team ups that will happen. Actually, did I miss one here?
I have Superman again.
Oh, I actually have, what is this? One, two. I have 4 team ups this year. Jesus. So one is Bruce and Ollie.
Okay.
They're going to be dealing with Shiva and Brick.
Okay.
From what is it? Star City? Yeah, Star City. Dinah's going to be in there a little bit, but she's not like fully Black Canaried yet.
I have Laurel Dinah in the year 6. You know I love Black Canary. That's my bitch.
Sure. Why does anyone know? No, she is Black Canary at this point, but like she's not like part of the team up. She just kind of like guest stars like a little bit. That's why I have it, just so she's there. Next one is Bruce and Wonder Woman, and I knew I had to get the one-on-one with the two of them in there too. What the fuck are they even fighting here? Do I even have that listed? I do not.
I also have Hal Jordan for year 6.
Actually, do I have it? Where is this? Blah 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 blah. I don't even have it listed. I need to write that down for villains. Oh no. Two of them versus Solomon Grundy. That's right. I had to get that right because like Batman actually has to like physically beat him. It's like, oh shit, I can't. And then Diana's the one that actually like does it. But there's other things that happen too that involve some sort of like magical stuff and League of Shadow stuff too.
They will be fighting something. All right, man.
Yep.
Their lust.
Yep. I haven't fully conceptualized what is going to be involved in this team up, but at some point in year 5, the first Trinity team up will happen. It'll be after Bruce and Diana's first team up.
That's how I have year 6 ending.
Yep. I need to figure out what I want to do for that first, because there's a lot of things happening in year 5. But at the very end of year 5. Wait. No. This is year 6 thing. So the end of year 5 will be when the Justice League is founded, for me.
Has Batman joined it yet, or
not initially? It'll take him like.
Did he just fund it, or did he?
Well, hold on.
Has he funded it at all, or just kind of like it exists?
Let me see here.
Like,
oh no! I mixed it up. End of year 5. It's beginning of year 6 is Justice League.
Okay.
End of year 5 is Batman and Martian Manhunter team up.
Ooh.
And this team up will involve the two of them finding Joe Chill. And Martian Manhunter will be Bruce's moral compass as he goes on finding Joe Chill for a little bit. And I wanted to get that done before the League because I wanted to get Martian Manhunter detective things in there, and I wanted to have him at least be a known quantity to one of the League members beforehand because I don't want John interacting with anybody else before the League team up happens. I think only Batman is just fine, and I think this is the only way I could think of to organically get a Joe Chill Discovery storyline into what I wanted to do.
I feel it.
Yeah. So then, beginning of year 6, Justice League happens, and he will just join immediately. But because of that, a lot of emphasis will be placed on year 6 of him figuring out how to balance his time between Gotham and the League. And that's going to be one of those things because when I had Selina find out his identity, Selina was like, okay, what the fuck? Like, I can't sort of like process you and you being the same person. So I need to like step back a little bit. So she's going to leave Gotham for a little bit. Once he basically is on the League, that's when Selina comes back into the picture. And we're going to start getting what Tom King should have done with Bruce and Selina. Where eventually, like through year 6 and 7, they'll have a real relationship. Catwoman's basically being a hero at this point and working with Robin, who's very quickly approaching Nightwing age for me at this point.
Yes.
And at this point, I believe Batgirl and or Batwoman come into this, but eventually Barbara. There's a lot of freestyling at this point for me.
Yeah, same.
Batgirl will eventually become Oracle too for me.
I'm not doing it.
So. She's so goated in the wheelchair, bro. Fuck.
But I have her running around as Batgirl on her own, though.
Yep.
I have her training coming from Laurel and like combat training coming from Dinah, from Black Cat, and who else did I think I can't remember. And just kind of like
Yeah.
her having some very, I won't say basic, but training from just Jim. Like Jim, like this is how you use a gun, this is how you unload it, safety, yada yada. So like she knows how to, she knows how to fight a
Yeah.
little bit because of Jim. Black
I
Cat.
think the big emphasis for me for this year, Firefly comes in, Polka Dot Man comes in, Ratcatcher, but it's really just like team up and figuring out how to balance his time stuff and like how to figuring out he can like really combat the League of Shadows. Because in every fight I've had him with the League of Shadows, he loses the Raish. He draws with I think he loses the Deathstroke, and that's where I have Robin save him, is against Deathstroke, and he loses the Shiva. So then eventually he's like, I need something more to be able to beat these dudes 1v1. So then he meets Richard Dragon. And then Richard Dragon's like, okay, if you're going to fucking train, you got to take this seriously. It's like, I have one condition. You have to come to Gotham and have it do it here. And that's where him and Richard Dragon have that dynamic too. Okay. Some of that is a little bit spent with Diana helping him out, but it's mainly Richard Dragon. And I think the only team ups, I will say there is a portion of time where Bruce isn't even in Gotham, and it's going to be Dick and Selina interacting. And he's still Robin at this point. And the two of them are working together. And the only
Aris dies out. Let me stop.
That's funny as shit. Let me just read through this. Yeah, the only team ups I have are Flash, Zatanna, Superman, Black Canary.
I have a Superman team up where they actually get Lex into prison for the first time. He's gonna buy his way out. Don't worry. But what I'm having them do is Bruce handles Lex from the like not superhero side, and this is when like Lex has built his like power suit, which I'm actually gonna have powered by kryptonite and red solar radiation. So like he's the muscle, and Batman does the other stuff that kind of destabilizes Lex's larger like financial political plans, but he's doing it as Bruce Wayne more than he is as Batman. I have Barbara.
The team up with
Barbara
Superman
running around. She's not fully necessarily accepted to the Bat family yet, but she's doing her thing kind of around in the background. What else did I have? I have Robin being competent enough now to patrol on his own,
handle himself.
Yeah, or like,
that's where I'm at too.
Or like, okay, I'm gonna go this way, you go that way, and they're both fine, and come back together and then handle whatever they need to handle. Victor Freeze. Now, what I want to do with Victor is I actually want Robin to be the one that uses his humanity and empathy and sympathy, and not like beat him to a bloody pulp. And I want Bruce to kind of witness this and understand that, like, obviously, it's more of a moral conundrum. It's like he's doing this for his wife, even though he's committed atrocities. But I want Bruce to kind of like witness that himself and have a moment where he's kind of like, I have nothing less to teach you, and you've already surpassed me in that weird, like, not that he's like a better fighter necessarily or hero, but like, you know what I mean? Like, you're already kind of like a far better man than I am kind of thing, because I probably wouldn't have handled it that way. But I'm going to have Robin be the one to handle Freeze for the most part. Not that Batman's not there, not helping, but ultimately Robin's the one that talks him down, and he's like, kind of like, just please save my wife. And he goes to jail willingly.
Yeah, the majority of what I have is like,
what's up, Valen?
What's it is? Flash and Bruce team up. Weather Wizard and Clayface is like basically like, let's have some fun hero team up type stuff. Same with like Black Canary. The Superman one will be Bruce's first exposure to kryptonite, and I think that one will sort of cement the best friend relationship.
Where Clark at the end trusts him and gives him like a sliver just in case, or like a rock, or
yes, okay. Yeah, because I think I also want to have Bizarro in it too. Ooh. So that way Bruce has an idea of what an evil Superman looks like in his face.
Or retarded.
Okay. The Zatanna one is also just more fun stuff because I want it to be about vampires, and Batman versus vampires is fucking raw.
I got him and Constantine finally, kind of.
Sure.
Him diving into the magic stuff. I want him to meet. Is it Professor Chimp? What do they call him again?
Detective Chimp.
Detective Chimp. I want that to happen. Just 'cause I think it's hilarious. and
Detective Jim was raw,
do
bro.
some detective shit together. This is a very jam packed year, by the way.
Yeah.
Just
Year 6 is more low key for me than year 5 was.
mine
for
is
sure.
mine is ramping things up just a little bit. And then this is the year where I want Joker to start to really like the end of the year off. I want Joker to really. I'm not actually having Joker be quote unquote the final main villain for Batman, but this is the year Joker's really gonna pop off. And by the end of it, he goes to Arkham, and this is when he starts to brainwash Harleen Quinzel, slowing to Harley Quinn, which will come full circle later. I'm not doing multiple breakouts. I'm doing one. Then when he goes back, I'm done with the Joker. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't done a big breakout for Arkham yet. It's only been
Yes.
like individuals.
No, I'm having
That's- yeah.
Harleen break out Joker specifically.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
So, but when I'm saying when he goes back in year 7, I'm
Because
not.
that's what I did too.
Yes.
That's what I did too. Yeah.
But what I want to end the year with, by the way, is remember
Sure.
the League of Shadows have been defeated, yada blah blah, or at least for now. I honestly,
I'm not there yet.
as much as I like the Court of Owls, I did not implement it at least in the 7 years that I have here, and I'm not really thinking about the Court of Owls
Yeah.
right now. But I wouldn't be surprised if I had at least the owl iconography showing up every once in a while, just so like if you have a good eye and you're a big comic book nerd, you'll know it's coming. I wouldn't be shocked if I did that. But how I kind of want to end the last year is a very big hulking figure with a tight mask on.
Yeah, because I still don't even have him in there either.
approaching Gotham, kind of like looking over the city. And we know who that is.
Yeah.
I broke my back. My back is broken.
I still
Spinal.
haven't introduced him yet.
Spinal. He's interested. He's been hearing a lot of shit about this Batman feller.
From Santa Prisca.
So he's pulling up. He's not doing anything. He didn't do anything yet, but he's officially at the end of year 6. Bane is in Gotham. And that's how I'm ending year 6.
Yeah, I'm not banning yet because year 6 is more low key because it's a lot of Justice League shit for him.
Mm-hmm.
That's also like the only thing Joker really does is that he's involved in that Superman team. So it's like it's Bruce and Clark versus Lex and Joker.
Okay.
Kind of with Bizarro in there too a little bit because I haven't had Lex make the suit yet.
Okay.
And in Joker and Two-Face as well, in terms of like the criminality things, are being low key because we're like, oh shit, we have a bunch of fucking gods running around and they could fuck us up if we act up right now. So they're showing their intellect when it comes to crime is where I have it for that. So I haven't really done anything with that. The main thing is I haven't written this for year 7, but year 7 for me is like the big take down League of Shadows year. Or at least take down like
the remnants
race
okay.
form. Well, I mean, because like I think I might actually rewrite this part. But yeah, it's mainly that for the most part, and I haven't even put Bane in the bitch yet. I'm still waiting to do that. I think I want to wait till
what does Bane sound like? I'm Mexican.
Yeah,
Okay.
I still want to fucking. I think I don't want to do Bane until Dick's already Nightwing.
I'm giving him the Spanish. I'm giving him the Spanish accent, like
for sure.
Like it's there, but I'm not gonna make it like super hard, like like. Hola, chico.
Amigo.
What's going on, amigo?
Yeah.
Don't you know that you don't have any cojones? I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna like, boo, put Tom Hardy in there. Fuck no. He is not. That man is a Spaniard.
Y'all don't even understand how cold Spanish Bane is, bruh. Like he's so raw that way.
Santa Prisca. He says that shit so raw too, bro. Nah, stop playing with that, man. I'm a Bane guy. I like Bane. I feel like Bane gets. The reason that I would like put respect on Bane is a personal thing. I feel like too much in Batman media, he's the hulking Venom induced. And I'm like, this nigga is smart as fuck. Can we highlight that, please? So that's why I want Bane to say that kid Spanish raw. I'm feeling you. Year 7 is the big Justice League Justice League
well, you
year
and I just
for
have
me.
it flipped a little bit. You and I just have it flipped a little bit.
Yeah. Side note, just out of curiosity, who's your founding 7?
I also do big league team, but there will be an initial stage of where it's 7. And it's the OGs.
I'm a liar, by the way. After Joker, Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman team up, I actually at this point have Superman dealing with Doomsday.
I don't know what to do
with Doomsday. I had them helping him out with
Jesus.
Doomsday.
We're doing that now?
Hmm?
We're doing Doomsday now? In year 6?
Why did I
or
say,
7, whatever it is?
Why did I say Doomsday? Because that's the death of Superman, which would make no sense. Because the Justice League can't be founded with Superman in there. Also, have him come back in a year, which I probably wouldn't do that quickly. I meant Mongo, Warworld.
Okay, I would probably do that too for my Trinity team. I'm not gonna lie.
Sorry, you know what it is?
Warworld itself.
You know what fucked me up?
Thing.
I'm looking at my stream and I can see the Batman v Superman poster. And I just said Doom. I meant Mongo.
Oh, I got you.
I could literally see it in my camera. But yeah, that's how I'd end that too. So yeah, and then obviously Bane pulling up. So, all right, give me your 7. Give me your 7.
I mean, it's the OGs.
Yeah,
it's the OGs, man.
Mm-hmm.
Now again, big team guy.
No Cyborg.
No Cyborg. OGs.
Hal Jordan.
So there will be
Martian Man.
So there will be like an initial thing of like it's the 7 of them, and I am doing the OG classic version where they fight the Appalachians, but I'm gonna update it. So there's like more of them, and they have more unique abilities. But my league team would start off bigger than 7, but like the first there'd be a battle, and then people would see like these 7 people and be like, oh my god, it's these guys, and they're like built different. And then there'd be another battle after that with more people. Okay. That's the way I would do it. It'd be like in stages, because I want me some Dr. Fate off rip type shit. But I want to, because at this point with my league, I kind of want to have just 2 Green Lanterns off rip. Like I want to have Red Tornado in there. I want Green Arrow and Black Canary in that bitch. Like I don't really see a reason for the league to start out small, with a lot of these people already sort of like being in place. Because then that means I have less time keeping them as like individuals. Give me Hawkman and Hawkgirl with them off a rip. Okay. I don't really care.
I have Aquaman and Batman teaming up at the beginning of this year. Dealing with.
I'll probably do that after they meet each other in the league, because I don't think it really makes much sense for them to interact before then, to be honest.
I feel like I can. I don't have at this point. I have no notes. By the way, I'm just freestyling.
Sure.
There's not a
same with me.
Not a single thing on paper now, but I could see something like just like bring some type of seafaring conflict, or I don't know if I'll probably use.
It has to be a Black Manta, right?
But it has to be maybe a Black Manta, but like bring it to like Gotham or on the shores of Gotham, or like to Gotham's waters or something, and thus Batman's aware
in Gotham Bay.
Yeah, and that's how he meets Aquaman, and I want him to go to Atlantis and stuff too. So,
yeah, because the Warworld idea is really good because it puts Bruce in space for the first time.
Yeah, and like. Really being away from Earth, and everything around you is essentially super powered. Even if it's like not like Mongol level strong, it's like at least Grundy, Clayface, Killer Croc strong. Right? And it's like this. He has to get more accustomed to fighting things above his weight class, so to speak. Not that he can't do it, but like consistently, everything here is stronger, faster, bigger, and more durable than you.
It'd be interesting to see him react to how Clark and Diana deal with that too, because I'm sure Diana gets put onto Warworld and she's like, all right, another fucking Wednesday.
I will mix you niggas up. I will chop you. I will bisect you. Yeah.
That nigga would get on Warworld and be the crowd's favorite person. Dead ass.
Yeah. She could put on a fucking show. But I have that. Obviously the Bane situation is gonna happen. I still don't know what I don't know that I care to do the backbreaking Nightfall thing though. Just have a really good conflict.
Yeah, because with me, one of those things I don't want to do. I don't really think I want the Batman mantle to pass on to anybody else. I think keeping them individual, but like protecting Gotham is what I want to do.
Here's what I was thinking.
If I do the backbreak thing, it might be a good excuse to get Kate in as Batwoman.
I'm not mad at that.
So there is a Bat person at the time.
I think
I already want Dick and Bloodhaven at that point.
Yeah. I like fighting Blockbuster and shit. What I'm thinking is, while I think there's a lot of pathways for Batman to pass down the mantle, what I probably would do, and I'm not necessarily saying he has an early death, but if he retires at a decent age, right? everyone, and I would have the Bat family, so to speak, in tandem, make up for what Bruce can kind of do by himself. So I have Lucius Fox's son. I know I'm not really a Batwing guy, but I'm gonna have him there. I'd have the Tim at that point. By the way, Jason.
I just
dies,
realized
but
neither of us talked
it's
about
Jason.
Neither of
As
us-
soon as I said it, I'm
We're
like,
at year 7 and we haven't brought up Jason yet.
so yeah, Tim and Damien, and like, bro, where was Jason? My bad, y'all. Give me a second though. But I'll have Red Robin, whatever you want to call him. Like maybe they could make up the sum of what Batman could do kind of by himself. I'm not sure how I want to go about that.
That's where I'm at.
But
Because I think Selena should be in that group too.
I'm with you.
To be honest,
I'm with you. And that's how Gotham stays safe if him and like he's like, I don't know, gets a major injury, or he's like, I'm tired of this, or he feels that he's done enough, or he wants to do more as Bruce Wayne. He could do more good at this point. He feels, it's not. And I wouldn't even do a thing where he never dons the mantle again, but maybe just more sparingly. I gotta think about it. But yeah,
because I still got to think about how I even make Dick Nightwing at this point.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm not gonna do them having a fight and a blow up and he leaves. I'm gonna have him walk away respectfully as a man, look you in the eye, and Bruce respecting it and saying, you're more than ready, kind of thing. Like, and like they hug it out, dap up, whatever, and then yeah. I think if I do Deathstroke, I actually want Nightwing and Batman to fight Deathstroke together. If I do that, I want them to fight them together.
I couldn't help myself with the 1v1 potential. I just couldn't.
I'm with you. I'm not even saying that like Bruce and Batman and Deathstroke don't get a 1v1, but when they beat him, it's a team up.
Sure.
So yeah, I have no notes, y'all. So again, I'm just yeah. But yeah, this is Justice League year. He joins it, he funds it, satellite in the sky, blah blah blah, yada yada. That starts happening. I guess at first it has to be like on Earth, but later on it like evolves into the Watchtower. Oh, views from the Watchtower. What the fuck is the Leonardo DiCaprio? Do the point meme.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's like again, I
just had an idea.
What's up?
Maybe I won't even have Barbara ever become Batgirl. She'll just get shot in the back and just become Oracle off rip.
I don't even like you. Why did I ask? I don't even like you.
See, I just want to avoid the nonsense
Just
that occurs with her when she's in that
leave her alone.
She has. I need to escape the nonsense, man. It's too much bullshit.
I'm sick and tired of you.
She's goaded as a cripple.
That's you sound like me dissing Johnny Joestar. Fucking cripple. Oh my goodness, I'm sick and tired of him. Let me read the comments real quick. No love for Red Hood. I'm not interested in Lazarus Pit. You staying dead if you die, bro.
He's dead, bro.
Does Joker still do him in? Yes. I'll do it that way.
For sure.
Forehand or back?
Treating Jason how the fans did in the 80s. Damn. They really voted for that nigga to die. That's crazy. Spider-Man is so much more fun to do this with. Not even because I dislike Batman or any ideas. Y'all had just more to fix. That's fair.
That's a fact.
Actually,
it's gonna be the same. I guarantee it's gonna be the exact same for Iron Man and Superman. Me and Niall will be like, bang, bang, bang. Superman will just be done, and then Iron Man's like, okay, we gotta fix this. And then this, how's Demon in the Bottle gonna fucking work with all this shit?
I might personally feel stronger about Superman things that I want to fix, but I'm with you. Iron Man has a lot more problems, but yeah.
That's gonna be the case for Marvel in general as opposed to DC. Because for DC, I swear to God, you just need to cut the number of characters down, and a lot of the problems just fix themselves. Yeah. At that point,
I'm with you. You could have Deathstroke taunt Grayson, calling him a weakling because he's hiding behind Batman, and that leads to Grayson wanting to leave. I don't dislike that idea. Like maybe have him thinking about it or having the ceiling in his mind, and Deathstroke kind of like solidifies that maybe he needs to like become his own person and get respect that different in his own way. Oh wait, we're not doing Superman. I don't know. I almost completely spoiled Superman thing I was gonna talk about, but just know that just know that Richard and Clark. Yeah. Yeah. I like that page. I didn't even read the comic. I like that page where they ask him who his favorite Robin. I like them all. Be for real. He said Richard. I said, yeah, that's my guy. Yeah. Anyways, I'm done. I'm tired. I'm good.
That's funny.
That was fun though. I had more fun with Spider-Man, but that was good. That was good. That was good. The next time we do this, we're doing Iron Man and Superman. We'll start. We want to flip it this time. We'll start Superman, do Iron Man last. We'll go DC first
Sure.
next time.
I'm gonna need some time to get the notes out for those because I've hit a brick wall.
I almost
recently.
feel like maybe next time we just focus on this concept. I think we wanted to do
Sure.
that. We wanted to do that. Like maybe we'll do like small like what's happening in the comic book world. What are we reading? And then immediately, boom, Superman and Iron Man, because that was the crux and the majority of what we did today. It was us talking.
Yeah.
We spent like an hour, I'd say, on an hour and some change, maybe I think, on Spider-Man, and probably about 46 minutes or so on Batman. So, but that was fun. You want to do 10 years for those two? Maybe, or just keep it at 7.
Well, there's gonna be a lot. I think, yeah, because I
Let's do
kind of
8.
want to keep us away. I think I want to keep us away from Avengers, Justice League time periods, because we're gonna have to figure out like where do they overlap in the middle of those things.
That's a good point. Okay, we'll keep it at 7. We'll keep it at 7.
Yeah.
You guys should do a whole stream for the Marvel Universe alone. That's
Dude,
so,
I swear, what's gonna happen is once we get to the X-Men, Jesus Christ, the amount of work we're gonna have to put in. Just for like, not even just the team of Naya, just Cyclops. Oh my God.
yeah.
Not even just Wolverine. It's gonna, like, oh my God.
Do an entire episode for X-Men.
It might require that. Just the amount of shit that's gonna be in, because it's all of the characters at once.
I can't.
It's like, what are we gonna do?
I can't fix Scott because I don't like him.
I'm just like, the best way, again.
No. I
people on
won't
Twitter
do that.
are starting to agree with, but like, you know what's crazy? People on Twitter are starting to agree with me. They're like, Gene, please just date other people for the love of God. I'm like, yes. They see the vision. They know what's happening. Like, thank God, bro. But like, yes.
I'm with you.
Free Summers and Logan from this redheaded temptress, and just put Cyclops with Emma Frost, and we're fine.
But yeah, you know I'll do X-23 Justice.
for sure.
Got Laura Kitty. You know that's my bitch.
That's also gonna be like year 12 X-Men.
You already. Wolverine might not even be around no more. Fuck
Aye,
that,
bro.
fuck that Canadian. I don't like Canadians. Y'all like Canadians? Ugh. Let me stop. But anyways, my required trilogy. Yeah, one for Cyclops and one for the bald fraud. But no, this was fun. I'm honestly, me and Glam were supposed to do this months ago. I'm happy we finally got around to doing this.
We didn't even talk about when Bruce tells Jim Gordon who he is. I'm gonna crash out, bro. We didn't even fuck.
We did it. We made some mistakes with Batman, but it is what it is. But I don't know.
Well, it's like also like these things will probably take longer because I don't intend to have him know that in year 6.
Yeah.
Or 7.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You said my favorite podcast is back. Let's fucking go. Yes. And just like, I guess real quick, like content stuff. Tomorrow is this like Tower God and Kubera. Wednesday, me, Bao, Carter, Glam. We got the Kubera Someone's Universe discussion. And just letting you guys
One Piece rewrite.
I can't
Answer. Wano doesn't happen.
I can't.
We fixed it.
I'm starting with Dressrosa. But Dressrosa is getting fixed up. Hey, go ahead and look at that Young Paperwork channel. This is the comic book month. I'm literally right after this. I'm starting to edit the Deadly Class video. I have the Rat Queen script already written and whatnot. After that, I'll probably drop the little Neva video I made, which is already on my Patreon. If you haven't seen it. Then I'll probably do, I don't know, it's either like East to West or like Monstrous and stuff. So this is gonna be a comic heavy, intensive month for content. Just bear with me. This stuff doesn't really have animated shit, so like it's gonna be slideshowy, but I'll try to make the panel stuff like fly and use like effects and filters and whatnot. But it's those 4 videos in particular will be a little bit slideshowy. Deadly Class at least has a little bit of a TV show, so I can splice that in where it makes sense, so I can have some like live action people on screen. But
I will also say,
might not be as visually interesting as I've made my other ones. Go ahead.
I will also say, for the purposes of what we talked about today, there are also a lot of specific details. I'm sure me and I both like. I left out a lot of intra-specific like plot things and character dynamic things that were.
I even have
very
specific
to
jokes
things.
in my head, like the one I made about
Facts.
Aunt May being so mad at him one time it activates his spider sense. Like, so
Yeah, because like I have things like there was a moment, like for instance, like Leslie Tompkins is gonna get on Bruce's ass for letting like Selena leave. He's like, bitch, fucking lock in on this woman. Like basically is what she would have been like with him.
Yeah.
Of like that didn't even happen, like for the purpose of Wood. So there's things in there that we just didn't leave because again, while it's fun to do this, we don't want this turned into just like here's Naya and Glam telling you our fan fictions for these characters.
Yeah. So, but Superman, I can fix him.
That boy gonna be learning things. I'll tell you
He's
that.
gonna be using his fucking brain. I'm sick and tired of him being the punch merchant. He is smart as fuck. When's the Game Awards? The 11th?
Thursday.
Thursday.
We gotta get Simi.
If it's Thursday, then I can't do One Piece that day. That means One Piece has to be Friday. I didn't know that. Okay. All right.
You and I are gonna sit here I'm gonna crash out. You and Simi will just laugh at my crash outs.
Put the flamingo girl back on screen. Yeah. I know there's a break, but I remember I do my podcast on the weeks off. I usually do it on Thursday, so it'll be Friday this time, and I'll probably drop the video on Saturday or something. But you're starting with Alabasta, but Crocodile's the GOAT. You know what? I'm making Crocodile win, take over. Luffy gonna run off the island. You're right, Pluton. All right.
We'll also make sure that Wano doesn't retcon Pluton not being in Alabasta as well.
You know, I didn't even pick that up until like maybe 2 months ago. I'm like, that is crazy.
I didn't even realize it either. And I've watched Wano slander to an obscene degree.
I won't lie to you. I've watched a few Wano's bad arcs. I think the only thing that everyone hates that I just don't care about is the Kurozomi thing. I get it. I understand it. I just don't give a fuck.
It was just like, you put your foot in your mouth for no reason for that. That's the way I feel about that. It's like, come on, dog. We get what you were trying to say. You just fucked it up. That's where I'm at with it.
Yeah. But this week I'm going hard with getting the videos ready for the other channel, and then I'm gonna start stockpiling stuff for like my 2 weeks off. Then next week I want to do 7 streams in a row, and one of the streams I want to do is busting y'all ass in Sonic Racing if you got the game. Come get cooked. Already y'all gonna make me embarrass myself in public. I forgot Jeff's name talking to a friend. I said Kiwi out loud. What is it? It's Geoff Keeley? Okay.
Well, we only say Jeff Kiwi over here, bro.
it is
that boy don't be playing nothing.
Katsumi. Anyways, y'all be safe. We out. That was fun.